The path to true success is achieved through determination.
With the goal!
Determination to grow, to push through, and to finish.
And there's a championship.
Utah Valley student athletes strive for these qualities.
Out of here!
UVU student athletes need your support from the community, their peers, and their families to achieve this growth and success in life.
Has an opportunity laid down, and there it is!
A dive into third base.
Support from donors like you makes a significant impact on the lives of more than 370 Wolverine student athletes. The General Athletic Scholarship Fund will help our student athletes be successful in the classroom, on the field, and in life. Please support our student athletes with a personal donation and watch these men and women grow now and in the future.
It is a cool, overcast day in Provo, Utah, as Utah Valley gets set to take on Air Force Game 2, the finale of this short series here at Miller Park on the campus of BYU. I am Jordan Bianucci alongside my partner Ryan Pickens, and with that, I will send it over to Ryan with the lineups.
All right, let's take a look at the lineups first for the visiting Air Force Falcons, who come in with a record of 6-12. Leading off will be senior center fielder Ashton Easley. Tommy Gilman, the first baseman, hits in the 2 spot. Cole Blatchford, the third baseman, hits third. Caden Zimmerman back in the DH spot, hitting cleanup. Alexander Pup, the shortstop, hitting 5th. Gabriel Garcia, the right fielder, will hit 6th. Christian Gambale, the second baseman, will hit in the 7th spot. Braden Altorfer will be behind the plate, hitting 8th. And then Blake Coven, the left fielder, will bat 9th. Pitching this morning for Utah Valley will be the sophomore left-hander Cole Yoakum. Yoakum 0-0 on the year, making his first start on the year. He's gone 3 2/3 innings this year, 3 hits, 3 runs all earned, 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .214 off the left-hander. Defensively for the Wolverines in the outfield, Jake Berry will be in left field, Jake Plakis in center, Alexander Marco in right. On the infield will be Mick Madsen at third, Garrett Broussard at short, Mitch Morales over at second. Cade Polson gets the start over at first base. Trey Newman behind the plate this morning. And on the mound will be Cole Yoakum. And Jordan, for the Wolverines, sometimes you really like this idea because you get a quick turnaround from last night when Air Force had everything going their way. Now you have a chance to settle back in and put everything behind you from last night. Easier said than done. But this is a great opportunity here to kind of earn a series split and take some of that momentum into the weekend with a good Boise State club coming into the Valley.
Indeed, and I think you're right, Ryan. It all begins with Yoakum out there on the mound. The Wolverines gave up 9 runs last night and were unable to score. So we're just about ready to go, and the sun peeks through the clouds. A gorgeous morning here in Utah Valley. So the lefty Yoakum, he'll work from the stretch with the bases empty. First pitch fastball in there for, well, ball 1, up and in. His first pitch at 11 a.m. right on time. The game time temperature 50 degrees, but right now it's sunny. Clouds in the sky, though. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen, and it's 1-1 to Easley. Easley hitting .288 on the year. The speedy right-handed batter. He took a mighty hack at that last pitch. For curveball from Yoakum, misses down low, 2-1. Yoakum working quickly. The 2-1 pitch misses down and away, and it's 3-1. So Easley can take a rip at this one. Yoakum has fallen behind. 3-1 pitch, swung on and hit foul, far and foul down the right field line. Boy, Easley really took a cut at that one. The count is 3-2. Easley went 2 for 4 last night with a couple RBIs. 3-2 is swung on, a sharply hit ground ball into right center field. That one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Wow. Easily speeding around second. He's going to try for third. He will easily make it into third. A leadoff triple for Ashton Easley. That ball was scorched. A low liner that skipped off where the infield dirt meets the outfield grass, and that thing rolled all the way to the wall on this turf that plays so fast. Marco and Plakas in right and center, respectively, were unable to cut it off. Wow. So a runner at third base, nobody out for Gilman. Air Force right back at it this morning. A swing and a foul tip at home plate. First pitch curveball from Yoakum, and it's 0-1 to the switch hitting Gilman. Now, that's very interesting. Gilman, I have as a switch hitter on the roster. However, against the lefty, he's still hitting from the left side. He flies this one into center field. This should score the run. Plakas has it easily, will trot home. The throw is cut off by Polson, and just like that, Air Force is ahead 1-0. RBI number 12 for Gilman. He leads the Air Force in RBIs, overtaking Blatchford, who is up to the plate now. That's just great fundamental baseball if you're Air Force. Scored a run without having to record a hit. Swinging a miss here at a high fastball by Blatchford. 0-1. A swing and a sharply hit ground ball right to the second baseman, Morales. He bobbles it, throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. That ball was hit very sharply, and Morales couldn't handle it. So we'll see if they rule that. It should be an error, and it is. That is not an easy play, but a play you have to make regardless.
Well, the tough part there, Jordan, is, the ball was hit so sharply, it actually gave him some extra time to bobble it, and that's kind of the tough part there. We talked about the free bases, and right there you get that error. That's just basically you're giving Air Force a free base at this point now, and you're extending that inning.
So here is Zimmerman, the designated hitter. Hitting from the right side. The pitch to him, curveball, misses high and outside. And it is 1-0. Lefty versus righty. Zimmerman hitting .286 on the season. No home runs. 4 men batted home. 1 man on. Still nobody out. Top of the first. 1-0 Falcons. Yoakum set. And he'll throw over to first. Back in diving is Blatchford. Air Force likes to run. They steal a lot of bases. Blatchford this season is 3 for 3 in that category. One ball, no strikes to count to Zimmerman. A swing and a miss at a changeup low and away. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Polson holding on the runner at first. Everybody else straight away defensively for the Wolverines. Yoakum set at the belt. Curveball swung on, grounded through the left side in between the shortstop and third baseman. A single for Zimmerman, and there are 2 men on, still nobody out in the first inning. Not a terribly hard hit ball, but right through that 5.5 hole, as the late Tony Gwynn used to say. Tony Gwynn played quite a few games in this park, actually. Start at San Diego State. Here is Pup, a right-handed batter, and a slider misses down and in, ball 1. It was actually Tony Gwynn. He was hitting here in Provo as a San Diego State player when he decided to start using batting gloves. Before that, he had never used batting gloves before, but it was an early, like a March day like this, but much colder. And he said that's when he decided that, hey, why not? I'll start using the batting gloves. Today, not so cold. 50 degrees, but it feels a little warmer with the sun out. A swing and a foul back to the screen. That was a fastball up in the zone. And Yoakum got away with it. 1-1 to Pup. Alexander Pup, a sophomore, hitting .295. No homers, 6 runs batted in. Two men on, 1 man out, 1-0 Air Force. Top of the first inning, Yoakum laboring, the 1-1. Off speed pitch, catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. The home plate umpire today is Travis Roberts. Brandon Vandermeed is at first base, and Andrew Torfin is the third base umpire. Pup had a couple RBIs last night. He went 1 for 1 officially. He has an RBI opportunity here. Lefty on righty, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses down and in at 87 miles an hour, not close, and the count is even at 2-2. A triple, a sacrifice fly, an error, and a single. That is how we have begun this ball game. Garcia is on deck. Yoakum from the stretch. The lefty checks on the runner at second base. Here it comes. A swing and a ground ball to short. This could be 2. Broussard to second for 1, and he dropped the ball. Morales did on the exchange. The runner is out at second, and there are 2 away. So that would have been close at first. I'm not sure if they would have got him. It was a semi-slowly hit ground ball. So Zimmerman is retired from the base paths. Taking third is Blatchford. So runners on the corners for Garcia.
And I think the head coach from Air Force is going to come out in here and have a word with the umpire there, just to make sure. That's a tough call with the exchange right there, because it's a very close play. I mean, I don't blame Air Force for at least wanting to have the conversation, because a big difference here, Jordan, between bases loaded, 1 out, and a quick conversation as it's over, but a big out for Utah Valley with everything that's gone on. If the Wolverines can get out of this with only that 1 run, that could be a big help to the Wolverines offensively, hopefully.
Absolutely. If you can get out of this inning with what's happened with just 1 run given up, that's a victory. Here's Gabriel Garcia, right-handed batter. Yoakum, the lefty. Now the runner takes off from first, and they haven't picked off. It's Polson. They have him in a rundown. Now they're going to throw home, and they don't get him. A wild throw. Coming in to score is Blatchford. Taking third is Pup. Oh, my goodness. The Wolverines are just killing themselves right now. Yoakum had Pup picked off. Polson threw to second base. Was it Morales? I believe it was Broussard, the shortstop who was covering. He made the right play going home. He didn't want that run to score, but he threw it wildly up the third base line.
Broussard was so close to the runner, though. I'm wondering if he could have applied the tag before the runner would have scored.
And here's a single up the middle by Garcia. In comes Pup. It is 3-0 Air Force. That's going to be another error on Morales, his second of the inning. And Ryan, I think you're possibly right. We don't have the benefit of a replay, but
because the runner at third, I picked up the runner at third, and he got a late jump. And so that was kind of
first pitch strike to Gambale.
And so just kind of looking back on it, I was like, boy, the runner was so close to getting ready to start the slide. I think the tag would have been applied, could have been applied, I should say, from Broussard before that runner would have scored, because the runner wasn't even halfway down the line at that point.
Here's a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Broussard underhands to Morales, and the inning is over. But Air Force puts 3 on the board. Utah Valley's going to have to come from behind once again. We head to the last of the first inning. It's Air Force 3, Utah Valley coming up.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be. I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper. Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
We move to the bottom of the first inning here in Provo. 3-0 lead for the Air Force Falcons. Let's get you the starting lineup for the Utah Valley Wolverines. Jake Plakis will lead off. Mitch Morales hits in the 2 spot, followed by Cade Polson. Alexander Marco in the cleanup spot this morning. Jeff Aarons, the DH, will hit 5th. Mick Madsen, 6th at third base. Jake Berry will hit 7th. Trey Newman, 8th. And then Garrett Broussard, 9th. The Wolverines will be facing the right-hander John Burns. Burns 1-1 on the year, making his 4th appearance, his 2nd start, with a 7.27 ERA and 8 2/3 innings for the Falcons.
Burns with a fastball that misses off the outside, ball 1. Jake Plakis, a right-handed batter, is 2 for 12 on the year. The 1-0 to him. There's a fastball poured in there in the mid-80s by Burns. Strike 1. Utah Valley faced Burns last season in Colorado. There's a swing and a pop foul off and to the right. It's 1-2 to Plakis. I thought they faced him last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago. The 1-2 pitch. Plakis takes a pitch outside fastball that Altorfer wanted a called strike, but it was off the plate. 2-2 to the right-handed batter. A swing and a chopper foul on the third base side, and we'll do it again. It was 2 years ago in Orem that Utah Valley faced Burns. Burns did not have a great outing, went 3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs. Now a curveball comes way up and in. Ducking out of the way is Plakis, and the count is full. 3-0 Air Force, bottom of the first inning. Nobody out, nobody on. From the windup, here's the payoff pitch. A swing and a pop-up back and out of play. Well, Utah Valley struggled defensively in the top half of this inning. 2 errors committed by Morales at second base, and that cost the Wolverines. 3-2 pitch is swung on and grounded weakly to shortstop. Pup up with it, throws to first high. Gilman reaches toward the sky, has it, and there's one away. So here's Mitch Morales. Morales has swung the bat relatively well early on this year, as the Wolverines as a team have really struggled at the plate. The first pitch to him, breaking ball, misses down and away, ball 1. A .338 average for Morales. I mean, not relatively well. He has hit well. Burns from the windup, a swing and a foul back to the screen. That was a fastball right down center street, and it's 1-1. Morales, the junior transfer from Palomar College out of Temecula, California. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball, and it's 1-2. Burns is a lanky right-hander, 6 feet 5 inches tall, out of Milton, Georgia. The 1-2 to Morales. A swing and a soft liner right at the shortstop Pup. And there are 2 away. That was a good fastball in on the hands of Morales, and there was not a whole lot he could do with it. So 2 down, bases empty for Cade Polson. It would certainly be beneficial for Utah Valley if they could just get 1 run back here in the bottom of the first, but now they're going to have to do it with 2 outs and the base is empty. There's a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. That one was maybe on the outside corner. A generous call from Travis Roberts. Burns working very quickly, a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch by Polson. I say that a foul tip, rather, into the glove of Altorfer. Quickly, 0-2. Should Polson reach, it would be Marco. Polson hitting .316 on the season. 2-strike offering, a swing and a sharply hit ground ball to shortstop. Pup up with it, sidearm to first, and the Wolverines go down in order. On to inning number 2. It is Air Force 3, Utah Valley 0 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Three to nothing, Air Force leading Utah Valley as we head to the second inning. Yoakum, the lefty, back out on the mound for the Wolverines. He gave up 3 hits in the first inning, as well as 3 runs. Not all of those earned, though. First pitch, breaking ball. Maybe a bit high. That looked pretty good from up here. Looked about belt high over the plate. Ball 1, though, to Altorfer. Altorfer getting his first at bat of the series. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a ground ball, base hit up the middle. Not a bad pitch by Yoakum. It jammed Altorfer, but he fisted it through just to the right of second base, and the leadoff man is on for Air Force. The Falcons came into this series not having hit all that well this year, but they have just come alive here in Provo.
And for them, we talked about this a little bit. For both these teams, kind of they came in with identical records, really very similar, almost kind of mirror images of each other this season. And we talked about how Utah Valley really needed to take some good momentum into the weekend. Well, and Air Force has kind of done exactly what we said Utah Valley needed to do, Jordan, and that was they're taking some good momentum in to a big series that they have with Minnesota out of the Big Ten.
Coven shows bunt. He drags one up the first base side. It's a beauty. Polson has it, throws to first, and it gets by Morales covering into right field. Holding at third base is Altorfer as the throw comes into home. Taking second on yet another error is Coven. And defensively, it has been a disaster early on here for Utah Valley. That was a tremendous bunt by Altorfer, the lefty dragging one up the first base side. The lefty Yoakum did a nice job to get to it, through to Morales, and I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if the runner seemed to distract Morales or if it was a bad throw. Did you see, Ryan?
It kind of looked like, to me, the throw kind of went up the line towards like when Cade Polson threw the ball to first base with a little bit of spin on it, and it kind of spun away from Morales. But we'll kind of wait and see here how they're going to officially score it.
Throwing error. They're going to give the throwing error indeed to Yoakum. So here is Easley, top of the order. He tripled last inning, came around to score. 1-0 to him is swung on, foul tipped out of the glove of Newman. That was a breaking ball up, and Easley was out in front. Now there's going to be some action getting up in the Utah Valley bullpen. The infield comes in for the Wolverines. Second and third, nobody out. So a single and an error to begin this second inning. Yoakum set. Here it comes. Breaking ball misses down low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Easley. Easley came into the ball game hitting .288. With that 1 hit last inning, his average is now at .297. So it goes in the early months of the season. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a sharply hit ground ball right at the shortstop Broussard. He has it, looks back the runner to third, throws to first, and Easley is retired. That is a very nice play by Broussard. That ball smashed right at him. A high hop he handled well, and there's one away, an unproductive out from Air Force. And that is what Yoakum needed. The infield will remain in as Gilman comes to the plate. He flied out to center field. It was a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. A left-handed batter, lefty on lefty. Yoakum set, here it comes, and a ball in the dirt. Newman does a nice job keeping in front of him. Ball in the turf, rather. All filled turf here in Provo. Even the pitcher's mound and the home plate area. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to the left-handed batter. Yoakum set. Now another ball in the turf, breaking ball. Again, Newman blocks it, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Lefties are 0 for 3 coming into this ballgame versus Yoakum. Facing the supposedly the switch hitter Gilman, that's how he's listed, but he's hitting from the left side with the lefty on the mound this morning. Here comes the pitch. A 2-0 slider misses down and in, and it's 3-0. Well, a walk doesn't kill you necessarily. First base is open, but Blatchford, perhaps the best hitter on this Air Force team, is on deck, and he's a right-handed batter. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Fastball poured in there for strike 1. Yoakum, not a hard thrower. Fastball in the mid-80s. Really relies on the breaking stuff. 3-0 Falcons. Top of the second inning. They're threatening. Runners at second and third, just 1 out. They do not need a base hit to score a run. Yoakum with the 3-1 offering. And a fastball misses below the knees. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So Blatchford will come to bat. He reached on an error in the first inning. The right-handed batter hitting .328 on the year. The infield now moves back, double play depth. There's a swing and a drive into right center field. Going back is Plake is sprinting. He's not going to get there, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs come in to score. They hold Gilman at third, or excuse me, they hold Gilman at second, as well as Coven at third. It is 5-0 Air Force. So a 2-run double for Blatchford. And the Falcons' bats remain red hot. Here is Zimmerman. And now the infield will come back in with runners at second and third and just 1 out. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Newman. So on that double, Altorfer scored, as did Gilman. Coven. I beg your pardon. Gilman at third, Blatchford at second base. A swing and a ground ball through the left side, base hit. One run comes in to score. They're going to hold up Blatchford at third base. It's 6-0. Falcons. That's just a weakly hit ground ball. But right in between the shortstop and the third baseman, they were both playing in, but even if they were playing back, they weren't going to get to it, just perfectly placed. For Zimmerman, that's RBI number 5 on the season. He's 2 for 2 in this game. And now Eric Matson's going to take a long walk out to the mound as a right-hander is throwing in the bullpen. We have yet to see him make the move, and now he does. So we'll see who that right-hander is. We'll take a break on Go UVU. We'll come back after this. It's 6-0 Air Force. We're in the second inning.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Freshman Nick Sims comes into the game for Utah Valley here in the top of the second inning. And he'll inherit runners on the corners. Nick Sims on the year, making his 5th appearance. He's gone 12 1/3 innings for the Wolverines, so we've seen him at times come in and just kind of eat up some innings out of the bullpen. Has allowed 13 hits. Opponents hitting .289 off the right-hander. Has a ERA just above 5. He'll get Alexander Pup here with runners on the corners and 1 out here at the top of the second.
Pup grounded into a fielder's choice back in the first inning. The righty versus righty matchup here, and Pup swings very late on an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. That ball was in the glove, in the mitt rather, of Newman as Pup swung. Wow. So a tough spot for Sims. Let's see what he can do. Curveball misses high and away. Ball 1-1. So Sims throwing to Newman, his brother, older brother, Drew Sims, getting the day off. From the stretch, runners on the corners, 1-1 pitch, swung on, strike, no throw down to second as Zimmerman was taking off on the pitch. He has a stolen base, and that is a big-time stolen base by Zimmerman. Now second and third, just one out, and the infield has to come in. So that's where, if you're Nick Sims, you got to remember, you got to keep him close over at first. That's Zimmerman. And Nick did not throw over there. So now the double play no longer in order. Infield comes in. The 1-2 to Pup. Breaking ball misses down and in, and it's 2-2.
Well, the tough part, Jordan, you have everybody 1 through 9 has stolen at least one base. Most of them have stolen multiple bases. And Air Force has already seen that first and third kind of double steal idea. You've had a hard time handling that. Don't be surprised if we see them continue to send that runner from first in that situation just to see if they can cause some kind of chaos in the infield.
We should note, by the way, that Coven earlier this inning, that bunt that he dragged up the first baseline, in which then Yoakum made an errant throw. That is going to be ruled a base hit and an error on the throw. A swing and a miss here, a breaking ball low and away that he got Pup to chase, and the all-important strikeout recorded by Nick Sims. Now with 2 outs, the infield can move back. With runners at second and third, here is Garcia. Six to nothing Falcons, top of the second inning. 2 men on, 2 men out. Garcia singled in a run last inning. He's 1 for 1. Sims set, here it comes. Slider misses down and away, ball 1. Garcia on the year came into the ballgame batting .286 with no homers and 8 RBIs. A right-handed batter. Even stance, the 1-0 pitch to him, misses way outside, he gets to the backstop. 1 run's going to come in to score. Heading to third is Zimmerman. It is 7-0 Air Force. That ball was way outside, and Newman had to reach across his body, and he just couldn't snag it. And I need to correct that. Blatchford scored. Zimmerman goes to third. It's been that kind of inning for the Wolverines. You're losing track. There's a swing and a drive into deep center field. Plakis racing back. He looks up. It's off the bottom of the wall. 1 runs in. Heading for third. No. He'll hold up at second. Does Garcia. He has his second RBI of the game. The route is on. It is 8-0 Air Force. So here is Gambale. And a fastball, or rather a changeup. This is up and in, ball 1. Gambale, the 9th man to come to the plate in this second inning. 2 outs, a man at second base. There's a strike, 1-1. That one right down the middle, an off-speed pitch. Maybe I think that may have been the changeup from Sims. Gambale hit into a fielder's choice, 6-4 in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. The 1-1 from Sims, a huge lead at second by Garcia, and now Sims steps off. Garcia, I mean, he was 15 feet off the bag. And Morales, the second baseman, has to keep him close over there. A huge lead over there, and Morales will break for the bag, and again, Sims will step off. Gambale came into the ball game batting just .186. A swing and a high drive deep to left. Barry looking up. It is off the top of the wall. 1 run is in. Gambale heading to second as Barry plays the long carom back toward the infield. It is 9-0 Air Force. And he missed a home run by about 4 feet. There's an extended wall out there in left field here at Miller Park. If that ball's hit at UCCU, it's easily a home run. 347 down the line here in Provo. And Air Force has batted around. So Garcia is the man who comes in to score that time. Altorfer led off this inning. He's back up there. A swing and a fly ball into shallow right. Marco got a late jump. Now he's under it. Has it, and the inning is at long last over. But the the Falcons, score 6 runs. We go to the last of the second. It is 9-0 Air Force on GoUVU.com.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy, and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Nine to nothing Air Force as we begin the last of the second. Marco to lead off for the Wolverines. One correction to make. In that last inning, there was a throwing error on a bunt by Coven. I said that error was charged to the pitcher, Yoakum. I was wrong. That was Polson, the first baseman who fielded that baseball. Ball 1 misses down. Ball 2 misses down to Marco. John Burns back out on the mound for Air Force. He retired the Wolverines in order in the first inning. A lot of work to do for Utah Valley. A swing and a pop-up back and out of play. 9-0 Air Force in the last of the second. 3 runs in the first, 6 runs in the second. A total of 3 errors in the field by the Wolverines. Marco takes a fastball up and in, and it's 3-1. Marco, Ahrens, and Matson here in the last of the second inning. Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. Now that fastball misses up. Ball 4, a leadoff walk, and that's exactly what the Wolverines need. Just to get some base runners, some runs back. This game far from over. College baseball is a wacky game. You never know what can happen, especially these midweek games where essentially it's a bullpen day for both teams. 9 runs is not insurmountable. Here is Ahrens, the DH. 1 man on, nobody out. The pitch. Fastball misses up high. Ball 1. Way up high to Ahrens. So Burns into his stretch for the first time this morning.
Well, Jordan, I think last year when Utah Valley went to Colorado Springs, one of those scores was 14-13. So at least here, while you have a big deficit, you've given yourself some time to work with. It's not like we're in the bottom of the 8th inning and you're down 9 with 6 outs to work with.
Burns took something off that fastball, pours it in there, and it's 1-1 to Jeff Ahrens. The 1-1 pitch is swung on, a little bloop into shallow right. That's going to fall. Marco had to freeze and make sure it fell, so he reaches second. Ahrens is in there with a base hit. It's a nice job by Jeff just to fight off a pitch that ate him up. And that's what Utah Valley needs, is some breaks, a little Texas leaguer. Here is Matson with runners on, 2 men on first and second. Nobody out. Mick Matson hitting from the right side. He has struggled early on this year, just 8 for his first 59, hitting 136. Trying to get something going here. Burns set. He throws, and a fastball is in there on the inside corner, strike 1. The outfield playing Matson to go the other way. Garcia in right field is playing quite shallow. A lot of room in straightaway left if Matson could pull one. The 0-1, breaking ball right there on the outside corner, and quickly Matson is down in the count 0-2. Barry is on deck. Last night we saw Matson hit a couple ground balls outs. He does not want to do that here, as the Falcons are looking for a double play ball. Curve ball misses up and in, and it's 1-2. Matson this year just hitting .77 with runners in scoring position. A walk and a single to begin this inning for the Wolverines. The 1-2 is fouled back to the screen, a fastball at 87 miles an hour. And the count remains at 1-2 strikes. Burns working quickly. Checks the runners, now comes home. The 1-2 is swung on and lifted high and deep into right. Garcia going back, still going back, rooking up. He makes the grab on the run, on the track. Tagging is Marco heading from second to third. Ahrens had to go halfway. He stays put at first, and that's how it's going right now for Mick Matson. He hit that ball very well to right. Garcia reached up backhand style and made the grab as he fell down onto the warning track, and he's doubled over out there. Hopefully he's okay. That was a spectacular defensive play by Garcia. And he saves a run. 1 away, runners on the corners. So Matson hits it hard, but just an out. Barry takes a strike on the outside corner. So it goes right now for the Wolverines. The 0-1 to Jake Barry. Fastball swung on and missed way behind the 85-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's quickly 0-2. 9-0 Air Force. We're in the last of the second inning. Utah Valley does not need a base hit to score a run. Marco at third, just 1 out. Ahrens with a short lead at first. A big hole on that right side. 0-2. Misses up high, another fastball. Not close. An easy take for Barry. Barry hitting just 116 on the year. 1 home run, though. 2 RBIs. Barry has the Wolverines' lone home run this season. A swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield. This won't get anything done as Pup puts it away, and there are 2 down. So an unproductive out for Barry, and now the Wolverines will need a base hit or a Falcon mistake to score a run. The batter will be Trey Newman, getting the start, just his 4th start of the season behind the plate for the Wolverines. He's had 10 at-bats. He is 1 for 10. Boy, the Wolverines could use a base hit here. Slider misses up high. I say a slider. That may have been a changeup at 72 miles an hour. Hard to tell. From Burns. Well, Utah Valley put the first 2 runners on base, but they have yet to cash in. 2 outs, 2 men on. The 1-0. Up high. Now a snap throw down to third. Marco is safe just under the tag. Altorfer popped out of that crouch and fired a bullet down to Blatchford, and Marco did a nice job getting back under the tag. 2-0 now to Newman. He should see something good to hit. Here it comes from Burns, and a fastball catches the outside corner, and it's 2-1. We are not directly behind home plate here at Miller Park, so I hesitate to say that was off the outside, but that was very close to being off the outside. Here's a swing and a foul back to the screen, and it's 2-2. That was a good a good pitch to hit, and Newman just missed it. Fastball up in the zone at 86 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Men on the corners for the Wolverines. 2 out in the bottom of the second. Burns ready. Here it comes. Curveball, called strike 3 right there on the outside corner, and the Wolverines are retired. They get the first 2 men on base, but they do not score. 2 left. We go to inning number 3. It is Air Force 9, Utah Valley, nothing.
I have been inspired by strong female athletes, female coaches, women in power. They just really taught me how to be a leader and inspired me to take on leadership roles. It's important to inspire the next generation because it's important to give kids someone to look up to. You know, it's important to have these mentors. I would say to someone who wants to play sports at the D1 level, you got to be good in the community, good in the classroom, and to show people that sports do not define you.
Inning number 3 here in Provo. Nick Sims back out on the mound for the Wolverines. He will face Coven, Easley, and Gilman, 9-1 and 2 for Air Force. The Falcons leading the Wolverines 9-0, and it is my great pleasure to hand it over for the play-by-play to Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan. As Blake Coven's in the box, Nick Sims comes in first pitch. Up and in, but it's going to catch just below the belt for a called strike, and it's 0-1 here on the 9-hole hitter for the Falcons. Air Force leading 9-0 here in the top of the third. That one comes inside and tight and hits Coven, and the leadoff man on for the Falcons here for the third straight inning. And now we'll go back to the top of the lineup and Ashton Easley. Easley slowly starting to climb up some of the ranks in the Air Force record books, including with stolen bases and also triples. He added another triple back in his first plate appearance, and then later came around to score a run. Ready to go, Sims comes in. That one just below the belt for a called strike. Just kind of settled in there on the curveball, and it's 0-1 here on Easley. Easley also hit a sharp ground ball to Garrett Broussard. Back in the second, Sims from the stretch. Ready to go. Runner takes off from first. Swung on and missed. Newman throws high and into center field. It will one hop and roll out to Jake Plakas. Plakas, who was coming in, however, quickly able to keep that one, or get to that one quickly enough where Coven wasn't able to do that. We'll see whether or not they give Newman an error. It would definitely be, it looks like they're just going to give him a stolen base. And they're going to say that Coven would have beat the throw anyway. Coven now with his 5th stolen base of the year, now in scoring position with nobody out. And an 0-2 count on Ashton Easley. The pitch on its way, swung on and hit out to right field. Alexander Marco running towards the Utah Valley bullpen. And that one will be dropped in the bullpen right there, as I think that might have been Dalton Hill out there. Not 100% sure, but got to give him some credit. He didn't have a glove on to make that catch out there. That might not have been Dalton Hill. He got all the catcher's equipment on, so I can't see who's out there in the bullpen today. Anyway, a long strike 2 for Easley. Here's the pitch on its way home. Low and in the dirt, a good stop from Trey Newman. And the count is 1-2 here on Ashton Easley. Easley definitely the hitter in this Air Force lineup to get things going on the year. Over 10 stolen bases already in the young season. Game number 19 for Air Force. That one outside for a ball, and it evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Easley. With Nick Sims being ahead in the count 0-2, the last thing you want to do is get the count back to even or put the count back into the favor of the hitter. Sims from the stretch here. Comes home, swung out and missed, strike 3, and he gets easily to swing and miss, chases one out of the zone. The second strikeout for Sims, and with 2 gone, it brings up first baseman Tommy Gilman. So Gilman, who will stand in there, ready to go here. Gilman last night with 4 strikeouts was probably one Falcon that was excited to get to the ballpark this morning and try to erase last night's game from his memory. The pitch right on the outside corner, missing for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The count here on Gilman. Gilman, a senior from Littleton, Colorado. Stands in, ready to go. Slight open stance. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Gilman lines this one out into right center field. Plakas coming over. Marco coming over. Marco's going to make a sliding catch, but he didn't come up with the baseball. Coming around third is Coven. He will score. Gilman into second, and it's 10-0 Falcons here in the third. That was a tough play, and I thought that Marco had it, but I think it might have just came out of his glove. That would be the 10th hit for Air Force right there. A tough play for Marco.
That would have been a spectacular catch by Marco as he dove backhand toward center field. And I think you're right, Ryan. I think it just came right off of his glove.
I thought for sure that was just going to split Marco and Plakas. Instead, the Falcons will trade places and put Gilman at second. They'll pick off move to second. Gilman dives back just as the ball goes through the glove of Morales. So back safely at second is Tommy Gilman. Cole Blatchford now, the third baseman at the plate. It's an Air Force Academy team that has recruited from a little bit of all over the place. Here for the Falcons, ready to come home. Bouncing around out at second is Gilman, the base runner. There's a curveball that sneaks in on the inside corner to Blatchford, and it's 0-1. Blatchford on the season, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. We're going to have to correct that. 13 runs batted in because he had a 2-run double back in the second. There he pops one up down the first baseline. Cade Polson has to make a diving attempt. It hits off the glove and goes foul there for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Blatchford, who will make his way to the box here. Top of the third inning. Air Force well in control here at 10-0. Nick Sims working from the stretch with a runner on at second base. 1 out here in the third. Sims will step off. We've seen at some of the ballparks Utah Valley's played. I know the University of Washington had it. They actually had the timer. Sims ready to come home. The pitch on its way. Blatchford pops it up. They have a kind of like a shot clock in basketball, a pitch clock, so to speak. And I know they had it at the University of Washington. I'm not sure where else if we've had it. The University of Washington is one of the few places where I've seen it. Listening to the Huskies broadcast over the weekend. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way home. Blatchford swings and misses. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nick Sims. He now has 3 strikeouts on the day. And with 2 outs, it will bring up the designated hitter, Caden Zimmerman. Zimmerman 2 for 2 with a pair of base hits on the day. He's able to drive home a run, though, in that 6-run second inning for Air Force. Sims working here from the stretch. Just trying to get out of this inning with limiting the damage with a couple of those extra base hits. Here's the pitch on its way. Zimmerman sends this one into right field. It's going to fall right in front of Alexander Marco. Coming around third, digging for home is Gilman. The throw is offline, and it's 11-0 Air Force after the RBI single from Caden Zimmerman. And that's kind of been the story of this quick 2-game series. Air Force really finding ways to get the big hits when they needed it. And right there, they get the base hit. And here is shortstop Alexander Pup. Action now beginning to go in the Utah Valley bullpen. A right-hander beginning to throw. Pickoff move, diving back safely over at first is Caden Zimmerman. Air Force also starting to get loose down there. Devin Smith, the right-hander for the Wolverines, throwing down in the Wolverine bullpen down the first baseline. The first pitch misses there to Alexander Pup. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Zimmerman, a good lead over at first base. Sims hasn't been paying too much attention to the runner over at first, and the pitch there, a curveball that just comes in off the plate. It's quickly 2 balls and no strikes the count here on Alexander Pup. I'd keep a close eye on Zimmerman. He might try to go at some point here, inching towards second. The pitch, Pup swings and misses there at the curveball. That one kind of broke down and out of the zone. It's 2 balls and a strike. The count here on Alexander Pup, the sophomore shortstop from Chicago, Illinois. Sims now throws over. Zimmerman dives back to first, beats the tag. But still a favorable hitter's count for Alexander Pup. From the stretch, the pitch on its way, and that one fouled back to the screen. That one actually gets past the screen. Right outside, Jordan Bianucci's running out the press box there to get to that foul ball. As he jumps down the stairs, and then he'll return to the press box here momentarily. That's a... And Jordan Bianucci comes back, retrieves the baseball. As Pup swings, hits this one down the left field line, tailing away from Barry. It's going to fall in 1 hop to the wall. Coming around third is Caden Zimmerman. He will score and make it 12-0 Falcons on the RBI double from Alexander Pup. So Pup now on second, and that will bring up Gabriel Garcia. And Jordan, you found yourself a souvenir, but I hate to tell you, they've asked that you return all foul balls to the Wolverines dugout.
Yeah,
so
ain't gonna happen.
I'll give you a minute. So can you get from the press box to the dugout and back in a minute?
They're gonna pry this baby from my dead, cold hands. We're gonna have a pitching change. I'm gonna catch my breath. We'll take a break. 12-0 Air Force on GoUVU.com.
Latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
New pitcher on for Utah Valley. It is the right-hander Devin Smith. This will be his 5th appearance of the season. He's only pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 runs. He has walked 9, struck out 4. So for Devin Smith, as has been an issue with the other Wolverine bullpen hurlers, it's throwing strikes I'm still a little out of breath from getting that foul ball right. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Devin Smith needs to throw some strikes here with a runner at second and 2 outs.
So we'll see Gabriel Garcia come in. You know, Jordan, there's other things that can happen at baseball games, you know. The ball didn't come to the press box. I was at the men's basketball game, I think, a week ago Thursday before the game, and the teams were out during shoot-around. That one sent foul, and it's 0-1. And I was talking to somebody there on press row, and all of a sudden I hear 3 of the Wolverine coaches yell, "Hey, heads up!" And I turn around, and all of a sudden, here comes the basketball right over to my computer and our stats computer and things like that.
Did you make a play?
I tried, but I just wasn't quick enough. The 0-1 pitch, fastball misses away for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Had I been prepared, I could have made a quick play, maybe a quick catch and release, and a 3-pointer from the press row. But that might have been a stretch. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Devin Smith from the stretch comes home to Garcia. That one, fastball misses low and away for a ball, and it's 2-1.
You're saying you didn't have the cat-like reflexes that I had on that foul ball. Because what happened on the foul ball, if you're listening in, and obviously everyone wants to hear about this, the foul ball was fouled back over the screen into the last row of seats in front of us.
The 2-1 pitch rolled foul just past the Air Force dugout. We'll do it again. We'll move the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Ryan, I know you're wondering, I had to make a quick decision. Do I let a fan, perhaps a child, get the foul ball and make a lifetime memory? Or do I sprint out of the press box like a madman and grab that ball for myself? The option number 2 is what I chose.
The 2-2 pitch curves right off the plate, ball 3, and the count now runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Gabriel Garcia. I've only caught a foul ball once at a game.
So
it was at an American Legion game. I was probably maybe 9, 10 years old, still fairly young, and it landed in the row in front of us, and these kind people caught it and then turned and gave it to me. As that one misses low, skips away from Trey Newman, breaking for third and diving head first is Pup underneath the tag. So he will move up to third base, and Garcia reaches on the walk, and now Christian Gambale, the second baseman, will come to the plate. So they hand me the ball, Jordan. I was all excited. Sweet, I caught a baseball, right? Well, about 5 minutes later, one of the great American Legion players there came up and said, I'm sorry, but we need the ball back. And I'm like, oh, here you go. And then it got recycled through. Hopefully it helps, the team win somehow. But runners on the corners with 2 outs. The pitch to Gambale, a fastball misses outside as, again, Trey Newman has to come up and make the catch. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. The count on Christian Gambale. I have a bucket list of things I've always wanted to do. And some of them I probably won't ever do. But catch a foul ball is one of the things I probably will be able to do at some point, as Gambale rolls that one foul down the line.
Well, you hope so. I was at a spring training game. I've been lucky. I've caught 2 foul balls. I was at a spring training game years ago down in Scottsdale, and Nick Swisher was at the plate, and Barry Zito was on the mound.
So I'm assuming Giants and A's as the 1-1 pitch right on the corner for a called strike. It's 1-2.
I believe so. And I was down the third base side, and Nick Swisher, this is when Barry Zito was not pitching all that well, Ryan, and he hung a curveball, and Swisher absolutely scorched one.
There's a pitch in the dirt. Newman blocks it, keeps it in front of him with that runner at third. Count evens up at 2-2.
And I see this ball curving toward me. I can hear it in the air. It's coming so fast. I'm prepared. I got my glove on. I'm ready to go. Protecting my section, by the way. It's all on me at this point.
2-2 pitch misses high. The count runs full. 3-2 to Gambale.
Because everybody around me, Ryan, is, quite inebriated. So it's on me to save a life. And I saved some lives that day. I caught the ball.
Gambale swings, pops this one up down the right field line. Polson and Marco will give it a look, but it's going to get completely out of the park. Count will remain full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at first, Garcia, he can go just on movement home here with 2 outs in the inning.
I took a bow, and I normally wouldn't boast like this, Ryan. You know me. I'm a very humble guy. But that was perhaps the greatest moment of my life.
3-2 pitch outside, ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. And for the second straight inning, Air Force will send at least 9 hitters to the plate, and Eric Madsen's out of the Utah Valley dugout. Nobody is ready to go in the Utah Valley bullpen, it appears. So this is probably just a conference on the mound, but Braden Altorfer will be the hitter. So I have catch a foul ball at a game. That's on my bucket list. That one might be doable. You know, one that was on that I have crossed my bucket list off was be in a Major League Baseball press box. I've crossed that one off my list.
That's a neat story.
Yeah. So I went to Seattle, reached out to the broadcaster for the Seattle Mariners, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. Would you have some time just to visit, things like that? And I was really surprised because his response was, he got back to me right on Twitter within like an hour. Yeah, sure, just let me know when you're coming and come on up. So I'm like, hey, I'll be here this time. He invites me right up to the press box. I literally walk there, and they have all these people, like security there. I'm just like, hey, I'm here to meet with so-and-so. They're like, okay, sure, yeah, go on up.
That's unbelievable.
Walked right into the press box, had maybe a 10-minute conversation with them before a game. So I crossed that one off.
People, fans listening at home who aren't broadcasters, who don't do this, don't understand. That is an incredible thrill. We would rather meet the broadcaster than say, Mike Trout.
Braden now Torfer will stand in. Base is full of Falcons, and the pitch on its way. Fastball misses outside for ball one. So that was kind of a cool experience, just to be there and be like, wow, and things like that.
And you're a diehard Mariners fan, and so that is very cool.
That was a cool. The other one I've always wanted to do is throw out a first pitch, like a ceremonial first pitch. However, that will probably never happen. So the 1-0 pitch right on the outside corner for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe if I'm calling these games in 50 years and I'm finally ready to hang it up when I'm like 72 or however old I will be in 50 years. Maybe at that point, then they'll let me do it. The 1-1 pitch on its way on the outside corner for a ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike here on Braden Torfer.
Ryan, young children come up to me all the time and they say, I want to broadcast Utah Valley baseball. And, I tell them, I go, well, Ryan Pickens isn't going to do this forever. So, he'll keep the seat warm for you.
Bases loaded with 2 outs. The pitch to Torfer high just above the belt, and the count runs to 3-1 here on Braden Torfer. No place to put him. A walk here forces in a run. And for the second straight inning, Air Force would bat around here for in this ballgame. Devin Smith ready to come home. And the pitch on its way out. Torfer sends this one foul out of the ballpark, and we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. However, now all the runners can take off. So this is where a ball down the line or a ball in the gap potentially could clear the bases. Devin Smith ready to go from the stretch. And the pitch on its way. Ground ball hit to short. Broussard up with it. He'll throw over to first in time to get out Torfer, and the inning comes to an end. Air Force, however, brings home 3 more. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Falcons in control, 12-0 here on GoUVU.com.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy, and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Pitcher on for Air Force. It is Cade Moulton. This will be his 4th appearance. He has an 8.44 ERA. He's thrown 5 1/3 innings, struck out 3, walked 6. Also, Ryan, a new shortstop for the Falcons as well.
Yeah, freshman Zach Wall. We saw him in the late innings last night. First pitch inside and tight to Garrett Broussard. He takes one in the elbow, and he'll go down to first base. And that's not an easy spot to get hit if you're a hitter, because there's not a lot of protection on that elbow. As he gets to first base, and you see him kind of swinging the arm around a little bit. But Utah Valley has a runner on base, and here is Jake Plakis. Plakis is 0 for 1, grounded out to short in his only plate appearance back in the first. Bottom of the third inning, Falcons lead Utah Valley 12-0. The first pitch, high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. We talked a little bit about being able to come from behind in ball games, and while sometimes you can say, come home, here's the 1-0 pitch, this one inside and tight for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes, and now Al Torfer will come out and have a quick word with his right-hander. How you can kind of come back if it's early enough in the ball game, but for Utah Valley, 12 runs, that's going to take some effort right here, and it's going to take a lot of, you're going to have to catch some breaks here and there. 2 balls and no strikes on Plakis. Mitch Morales in the on-deck circle. But if you're Utah Valley, if you can just kind of chip away at that 12-run lead over the course of the next 5-6 innings, you can be put in a good spot. Here's the 2-0 pitch on its way home. That one settles in right about knee-high for a called strike, and it's 2-1 on Jake Plakis. Plakis last night had a pretty good game at the plate. It didn't really come in a lot of having hits, as the 2-0 pitch settles high for ball 3 and the count moves to 3-1. But Plakis was able to work his way on the base pass. Drew a couple of walks for the Wolverines. Utah Valley, that's one thing Ryan Storr didn't have the best stuff was. He did walk a few hitters last night. The 3-1 pitch in there on the inside corner for a called strike, and the count goes full 3-2. And that's kind of the thing to kind of think about is when you take a look at what how tough Storr was last night. 3-2 pitch, low and away, going to be outside though for ball 4. And Utah Valley here in the third has runners on at first and second. Nobody out, and you have the dangerous Mitch Morales coming to the plate. Morales might be one of the more consistent, steady hitters for Utah Valley this year. Has just gotten off to a good start for the Wolverines. So we'll see what Morales can do here with first and second, nobody out. Cade Polson in the on-deck circle for the Wolverines. Moulton, the right-hander, ready to work from the stretch, takes a look at the runner at second and comes home. That one settles in there, right on the middle in part of the plate for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So it's officially afternoon here in Utah County. So we have afternoon baseball here. No balls and a strike. The pitch on its way to Morales. That one's going to get past the catcher. Al Torfer to the backstop. Moving up to a base will be Broussard and Plakis. So Utah Valley for the first time this afternoon with runners in scoring position, looking to see if they can chip into that lead a little bit here with nobody out. Morales doesn't need to necessarily get a hit to get the run home. But what you would like to see is to be able to find a way to extend some of these innings. A big gap out in left center field. Morales swings and misses at the 1-1 pitch for strike 2. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. They're going to score that wild pitch. Against Cade Moulton. As that one's going to be fouled away back above us here in the press box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ready to go. Runners on at second and third. Nobody out here, bottom of the third inning. Air Force leading Utah Valley 12-0. Ready to go. The pitch on its way. The 1-2 pitch blocked in the dirt. A good stop from Al Torfer. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. We do want to thank all the servicemen and women who might be watching this broadcast from the Air Force Academy. We thank you for your service. As the 2-2 pitch comes on, Morales sends this one foul. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have a buddy that's in the Air Force and stationed right now at Tinker Air Force Base outside of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He's having a good time. He's enjoying life in the Air Force. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count here on Morales. The pitch on its way. There's a one-hop shot to short. Up with it is Wall. He'll throw out Morales, but Garrett Broussard will come in to score, and Utah Valley's on the scoreboard here in the 3rd inning. Jake Plakis has to hold up at second. Has a nice job by Wall to come up with it and make a good throw across the diamond. And with 1 gone, Cade Polson will step in. Polson grounded to short in his only plate appearance on the afternoon. That ended the 1st inning. Pitch on its way. Polson swinging at the first pitch and sends it foul. No balls and a strike. Game 2 of this 2-game series. The Wolverines will have tomorrow off and then welcome in Boise State starting Friday for a 4-game weekend series. It's the last non-conference series before WAC play begins. The 0-1 pitch, Polson kind of pops this one up, slow roller to short. Wall tries to barehand it and he can't come up with it. Polson will reach first, Jake Plakis to third. And we'll see here. I would imagine they're going to have to rule out a base hit. I think Cade Polson would have beat that out with how slow it was hit. Just hit right in between the pitcher and the shortstop. Would have been taken a great play there for Wall to be able to get Cade Polson. And now runners on the corners, and here's Alexander Marco. And we talked about it a little bit even last night, waiting for Utah Valley to be able to chip away. But this is the kind of situation, Jordan, where if you're Utah Valley, you need Alexander Marco to come up with a big hit for you. Marco lines this one down the left field line, hooking. It's going to stay fair and roll into the corner. Scoring is Plakis. Polson's going to hit third base. He's getting the green light from David Carter at third. Polson will score standing up. A 2-run double from Alexander Marco, and Utah Valley has chipped into the lead here in the 3rd.
And that's got to feel good if you're Marco coming into this game just batting 154, a clutch base hit. And that keeps the inning going. And you're right, Ryan. You're still down 12-3, but you can take a sigh of relief. You're on the board. You're actually hitting the baseball after struggling so mightily last night and early today.
Some action quickly starting to go down in the bullpen for Air Force as Jeff Ahrens stands in the box. First pitch misses away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count here on Jeff Ahrens. I'm not sure, I'm not 100% positive, but because you don't see it a ton in college baseball as Ahrens stands in, ready to go. And the 1-0 pitch on its way, that one stays just maybe a little bit inside for ball 2, 2-0 on Ahrens. Does BYU in the bullpens, do they have the phones like you see in the big leagues? Because I just saw a player for Air Force run over, pick something up, and then tell somebody to start warming up.
I think they might.
You don't see that a ton at the college level. The 2-0 pitch gets in there for a called strike to Ahrens, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, especially, yeah. I see the gray, there's a gray box down there. I'm assuming that's what that is.
We can see from our vantage point here today, we're in the kind of the home broadcaster's booth. The 2-1 pitch, low for ball 3, and the count moves to 3-1. We can't see it from where we were the other night just because of the way that the press box angles. We can't see into the Wolverines bullpen to see that kind of a thing, but I'm thinking they might have those set up down in the bullpen. 3 balls and a strike here on Jeff Ahrens. Ahrens had a base hit back in the 2nd inning, and there he'll take the 3-1 fastball high and outside for ball 4, and Utah Valley starting to kind of, I think, get to Cade Moulton a little bit, and I think this might be the end of the rope here, as I believe that is going to be the pitching coach, Ryan Forrest, coming out of the dugout. As a right-hander beginning to throw a little more hurried now in that Air Force bullpen. They're not going to make the change quite yet. as Ryan Forrest will come back here and we'll head back to the Air Force dugout. Air Force have occupying the third base dugout. Utah Valley, the first base dugout, as Mick Madsen stands in. Madsen got into one in his last at bat and hit it about as deep as you could for the right fielder to be able to make a play on it. Madsen there right back up the middle of the second. This could be two. They get the out with Wall at second for one. The turn to first in time, and a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play is how the fourth inning will end, or the third inning will end. Utah Valley comes back though with 3 runs of their own. We head to the fourth. It's 12-3 Falcons here on GoUVU.com.
Latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all.
Top of the fourth inning here in Provo, as 9-1-2 coming up here for Air Force. Blake Coven stands in the box, takes the first pitch fastball outside from Devin Smith for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Coven has reached on a base hit and was hit by a pitch to start the third inning. Coven swings at this one, rolls it softly to second. Morales charges on it and will throw out Coven, and there's one away. Air Force has sent 9 guys to the plate twice today. There's the first out, and that will bring up center fielder Ashton Easley. Easley tripled in the first, struck out, and has grounded out today for the Air Force Falcons. How well Air Force has hit the baseball and with how many runs they've scored. As the first pitch there with the curveball settles in for a called strike, and it's 0-1 here on Ashton Easley. You would think that Easley in the leadoff spot, given the year that he's had, would have scored more of the runs, but they've kept Easley off the base pass for the majority part. That one's going to be hit off into right field that time. It will fall for a base hit, and Ashton Easley is going to be aboard here with a 1-out single in the fourth inning.
It's so important to keep Easley off the base paths because he has such incredible speed. He has stolen 11 bases this year, been caught just 1 time, and it's 12-3, but Air Force is not going to let up, and I think it's not a matter of if Easley's going to go, it's when.
Devin Smith taking a long look over his shoulder. Easley with a good-sized lead. The first pitch to Gilman, a curveball that settles in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Gilman has scored 2 runs today. Had an RBI double back last inning in the third. Air Force has scored 3 runs in the first, 6 runs in the second, 3 more in the third. The 0-1 pitch on its way. Easley's going to take off here. A good throw from Newman, but there didn't get him. It's a good, about as good a throw as Trey Newman could provide there to get Easley, and that's where Easley's speed just takes over, and he steals the base.
He slid in head first, and his momentum almost took him all the way over the bag and off the bag. He just kept a toe on it to remain safe. A nice job by Broussard to keep that tag on him.
Gilman ready to go, stands in the box here. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch on its way. Gilman swings and misses, strike 2. Got fooled there at the curveball.
Ryan, we are in the top of the 4th inning. That is the 5th stolen base for Air Force today.
They have been running all series long. The 1-2 pitch, going to be close, but going to miss, I guess, a little low for a ball. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer Triplett throwing in the Utah Valley bullpen. And Air Force, in fact, as well. It looks like they're going to get some arms going. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here on Tommy Gilman. Gilman swings and misses, chased a curveball out of the zone for strike 3. There's 2 gone here in the 4th. That, I believe, is the first strikeout for Devin Smith. And that will bring up third baseman Cole Blatchford.
just to give you an idea how well. Oh, and there goes Easley.
Easley steals, and right there attempts to steal. Devin Smith quickly looks to third, throws to Mick Madsen, and the side is retired. So Easley tries to catch Utah Valley napping, but he's not able to.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat your
Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
New pitcher on for Air Force. We'll get the numbers here shortly. It is Gerlich. Gerlich, I beg your pardon. This will be his 6th appearance. He has a 6.55 earned run average. He's thrown 11 innings, walked 9, struck out 5.
Jake Berry in the box takes low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here on Berry. He popped out to short in his only other plate appearance. And the pitch on its way. Berry sends this one foul up over the top of the press box here and evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, a busy day here at UVU as men's and women's basketball, they're down in Las Vegas for the WAC tournament. Fastball misses outside for a ball. It's 2-1 the count with Jake Berry. The women play, if I remember correctly, tonight 6.
And the women have had a really great season. I think a little bit of a surprise successful season.
Sorry, correct that. That's going to be 7 o'clock there as Berry swings and misses for strike 2.
New head coach for Utah Valley. They have been fun to watch this year, and they have a chance to make a run in that tournament.
Yeah, I wouldn't count out Dan Nielsen and their staff there from being well prepared and ready to go as Berry looks at strike 3 there for the first out of the 4th inning. They're going to take on Seattle U, which should be a fun contest right there. Here's Trey Newman, the catcher. Newman went down on strikes back in his first plate appearance. The men will play tomorrow night. There's a ground ball hit deep in the hole by Trey Newman. Bobbled by the shortstop wall, and he will have no play there. Trey Newman will reach first. The only question is going to be hit or an error right here. We'll have to see how they score that. We'll get that to you here in a moment. I don't think the decisions yet has been made. But that will put a runner on. Here's shortstop Garrett Broussard, and it will be a hit. So Broussard was hit by a pitch and came around to score a run. Back in the first. Back in the 3rd inning. Right there. Gerlica working from the stretch here. And the pitch on its way. Broussard takes that one and must have missed a little outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Yes, 7 Mountain Time tonight for that Utah Valley women's game. That one sent foul by Broussard, and the count moves to 1-1. And you can see that game. It's on ESPN Plus. So if you're in the United States, you cannot see that on the WAC Digital Network. You have to go to ESPN Plus to catch that one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. on its way home to Broussard, who sends that one. I think that hit off the top of the roof and then just went right back towards Utah Valley dugout. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The men in the WAC tournament, they'll play tomorrow. I'm trying to remember what time the men play tomorrow. They'll also play Seattle in the 3-6 matchup. Broussard pops this one up into right field. Going back on it is Garcia. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Jake Plakis. Plakis grounded out to short and walked back in the first. And that's going to be the late game actually tomorrow. It's going to be an 8:30 Mountain Time tip-off. Or sorry, 9:30, 8:30 in Las Vegas. The time change is throwing me for a loop, Jordan. All week it's been kind of throwing me as Plakis stands in the box. And the pitch on its way to Plakis misses low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here. Running over at first base is Trey Newman. He reached on a infield single earlier in the inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jake Plakis. Ride on the outside corner and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on its way, fastball missing low, and the count now moves to 2-1 on Jake Plakis. Mitch Morales on deck if the inning continues past Plakis. Air Force getting another pitcher warming up, a left-hander starting to throw. Plakis sends this one foul down the line. This one will go just past the Utah Valley bullpen. That's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just on the other side of the Utah Valley bullpen, there's a walkway that kind of goes to some of the residence halls here on the campus of Brigham Young University, and wanted to watch the ball. There's somebody walking right beyond there, behind the bullpen walls there. The 2-2 pitch swung on and foul tipped out of the glove, though, however, of Al Torfer. So it will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ready to go here with the runner Newman getting his lead at first. And the pitch on its way as Plakis fouls it back to the screen. We'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 6 p.m. first pitch on Friday is scheduled between Utah Valley and Boise State. I'd imagine the Wolverines will go with Jesse Schmidt, who's been lights out this year. The 2-2 pitch. Plakis pops this one up down the line. This one will get out of play.
And for the fans listening in, Ryan, the Wolverines obviously in these midweek games, they've struggled having to go through their bullpen. But Utah Valley has some good starting pitching on the weekends. Come out to the ballpark. Those should be really good baseball games.
Utah Valley's gotten pretty used to the doubleheaders on Saturday. The 2-2 pitch, Plakis rolls over to third. Up with it is Blatchford. He'll throw over to first to get Plakis in time, and the inning comes to an end. We head to the 5th here in Provo. Air Force leading Utah Valley 12-3 here on GoUVU.com and the WAC Digital Network.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
Say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Top of the 5th inning here in Provo. Air Force coming up here to start the inning, and with the play-by-play, it's Jordan Bianucci.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Blatchford to lead things off for Air Force. He was at the plate in the top of the 4th inning when Easley tried to take third base on a steal and was thrown out. Devin Smith delivers a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Easley got a little too confident at second base, took off for third with 2 outs, and was easily thrown out as Smith misses inside with a breaking ball. It's 1-1 to the right-handed hitting Blatchford. Blatchford's been on base twice this morning, / this afternoon, as he swings and misses here. It's 1-2. He reached on an error in the first inning, and then he doubled in 2 runs back in the second. Eventually he came around to score in that 6-run second inning for the Falcons. Ball misses down. It's 2-2. Smith delivers. Little ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Morales. He throws across his body, but not in time to get Blatchford. That was a very nice play by Morales. That ball was just hit too slowly to get Blatchford, but Morales moving to his right, backhanding that, and then throwing across his body as his momentum carried him toward left field, and it was a perfect throw to Polson. But Blatchford beats it out, a leadoff infield single, and now we're going to have a pinch hitter. Zimmerman, the DH, will come out of the ball game. I believe that's going to be Ryan Storr, who was the starting pitcher last night for the Falcons, and he was magnificent last night. Went 7 innings, didn't give up a run. In fact, gave up just 1 hit. So he'll hit here, though. Takes a breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. Storr, on the year at the plate, is just 3 for 29. Takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed batter. 12-3, Air Force in charge here in the 5th inning. A man on, nobody out. The pitch, a fastball swung on and fouled back and out of play. It's a good pitch from Smith in a 12-3 game. He's just challenging guys. That fastball at 89 miles an hour. Devin Smith got the start here at Miller Park last Tuesday against BYU. The 1-2 swung on and missed in the dirt. Blocked by Newman. And Storr is down swinging. That is the second strikeout for Smith. There's 1 away. So Storr continues to struggle at the plate this season. Has not struggled on the mound so much. Fastball misses down and away to Wall. Ball 1. Wall came in as a defensive replacement at shortstop back in the 3rd inning. This is his first at bat. There's a strike on the outside corner, an off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1 to him. Wall on the year is batting .250. I should say he's just 2 for 8 on the season. The 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. There goes the runner. Throw down to second. He is safe. That is the 6th stolen base of the afternoon for the Falcons. Wow. For Blatchford, that's his 4th of the year. He has not been caught. Good throw by Newman, just not in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Wall. So the double play no longer in order. Here comes the pitch, a swing and a miss. Wall flailed at a breaking ball that was low and away. The 2nd consecutive strikeout for Devin Smith, and there are 2 down. So very nice pitch by Smith to get Wall chasing. Here is Garcia. He is 2 for 2 with a walk, a couple RBIs. A right-handed batter. The pitch Fastball in there for a called strike. No sunshine at the moment. Some cloud cover on a cool afternoon in Provo. The one strike offering misses down and away a slider, and it is 1-1 to Garcia. Blatchford at second base, 2 outs in the inning. Smith from the stretch, a swing and a chopper up the middle, gloved by Broussard, but he bobbled it. He can't come up with it. Safely at first goes Garcia. To third goes goes Blatchford. We'll see what they rule that. That's going to be another error. Not an easy play, but that's a play you got to make if you're Broussard at short, ranging to your left. That is the 4th error of the day for the Wolverines. So that gives life to the Falcons. That's a free pass, obviously. So runners on the corners. Here is Gambale, a right-handed batter. He is 1 for 2, doubled in a run back in the second inning. Takes a strike here. 12-3, Air Force on top. Air Force will head home after this and host Minnesota in a 3-game set this weekend in Colorado Springs. There's a ball in the turf, blocked by Newman. That saves a run. It's 1-1. Al Torfer is on deck. Utah Valley will take the 5-minute drive back to Orem and host Boise State for 4 games this weekend. Friday night at 6 p.m. There goes the runner from first. Here's a chopper to third off the glove of Madsen and into left field. 1 run comes in to score. Heading for third. He will not get there. He is out. Nice job by Barry to recover that ball in left as Garcia tried to get greedy and take third base, but he's thrown out. A run will come in to score on that. I believe we'll see if they rule that a base hit. It was a tough play for Madsen. That hop really ate him up. I believe they're going to give him a base hit. But we'll check in between innings to make sure. The Falcons add another run. They lead 13-3, and I should mention they do give another error. That's an error on Mick Madsen, so that run will not be charged. It wouldn't have been anyway after there was a Broussard error the previous at-bat. The Wolverines are just kicking around the baseball in the infield today. So we'll go to the last of the 5th.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Kickstart.
Mitch Morales to lead things off for Utah Valley. New pitcher on for Air Force. It is the left-hander, Joe Martinez III. First pitch is a ball up and away. This will be just Martinez's 4th appearance. He's had a rough go. 1 2/3 innings, has given up 4 earned runs. So he has a high ERA, but has not pitched all that much. A swing and a miss here from Morales, and it's 1-1. Morales, a right-handed batter. He is 5 for 12 this year against lefties. He pops this one up on the right side of the infield, though. The first baseman, Gilman, takes care of it. 1 away. Morales is 0 for 3 this afternoon. And here's Polson. 13-3, Air Force in charge in the middle innings here, looking to sweep this 2-game series. Polson singled in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2, takes a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Lefty versus righty. Martinez the third delivers, and a curveball is outside at 70 miles an hour. It's 1-1. Polson 2 for 6 against lefties this season. The lefty winds and fires. A swing and a chopper foul over on the third base side, and it's 1-2. Utah Valley has just struggled to get the bats going this season, and also in these, as well as, I should say, in these 2 games this week. Polson waiting, the 1-2, a swing and another roller foul down the third base line. Past David Carter, the third base coach. Marco is on deck. The Wolverines came in to this ball game batting .207 as a team. There's a roller into the hole between the shortstop and third baseman, diving his wall, trying to backhand it. He can't come up with it, and it's an infield single for Polson. His second infield single today. So the Wolverines have a base runner. We'll see if they can cash in. Here is Marco. Utah Valley had a couple men on last inning, or I beg your pardon, in the 3rd inning. They plated 1, but ultimately McMatson ended up grounding into an inning-ending double play. So we'll see if the Wolverines can put a crooked number up here in the 5th. The ball misses down to Marco. Marco, in that 3rd inning, doubled in 2 runs. Part of that 3-run 3rd. Fastball misses inside, and it's 2-0. I say a fastball. I think that might have been a slider that cut sharply in toward the back foot of Marco. Gilman on the bag with Polson at first, and here's a ball low, and it's 3-0. And now Altorfer, the catcher, wants to have a word with his left-hander. Martinez the third, a junior out of Albuquerque, 5 foot 6 inch tall, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 170 pounds. Now a throw over to first, almost a obligatory throw over. Polson back in standing. Polson's not going to go anywhere. Down 13-3. Fastball up high. He walked Marco on 4 pitches. So 2 men on, 1 man out. Here is Jeff Ahrens. Ahrens, the designated hitter, singled in the 2nd. He got jammed and blooped one into right field. He walked in the 3rd. So the Wolverines with a little mini rally. Nobody up in the Falcon bullpen. Ahrens facing the lefty. Into the stretch goes Martinez the third. He comes home. Ahrens takes a fastball inside. Ball 1. So 5 straight balls thrown now by Martinez the third. The 1-0 pitch. Ahrens swings and grounds one to second base. Gambale has it, goes to second for 1, Wall to first, a double play. So the inning is over. Ahrens being very aggressive. Martinez the third had not thrown a strike. He had thrown 5 straight balls, and Ahrens went after that one. I think it was in the strike zone, but he grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. Again, the Wolverines do not score. We go to the 6th inning. It's Air Force 13, Utah Valley 3.
college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Altorfer, Coven, and Easley, 8-9-1, due up for Air Force in the top half of the sixth inning. Devin Smith back out on the mound for Utah Valley. The pitch to Altorfer is a breaking ball. Ooh, just off the outside corner. That was a good-looking pitch. Travis Roberts says ball one, though. 13-3, Air Force leading. They beat the Wolverines 9-0 last night. Here's a fastball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. It's 1-1. Well, Smith has done a pretty good job. He came in the third inning as he delivers the 1-1 pitch, misses down and away. Smith has thrown 2 in the third innings officially, has not given up an earned run, struck out 3, walked 2. So right now he's giving some eating up some valuable innings here in a midweek matchup in which Eric Mattson would like to rest some arms as he prepares for a 4-game set with Boise State this weekend. Ball misses away, and then another ball misses away, and Smith walks the leadoff man. Some defensive changes for Utah Valley. Connor Hall will take over in left field for Barry. And Meade will take over at short for Broussard as the ball is in the turf to Coven, ball one. The 1-0 pitch, fastball misses inside, and it's quickly 2-0. So Smith having a tough time right now finding the strike zone as a righty throws in the Utah Valley bullpen. I believe that's Spencer Triplett down there. Altorfer with a short lead at first, held on by Paulson. Here's a ground ball up the middle, past the diving Morales and into center field. Altorfer will stop at second. In there with a single, Coven's first base hit of the afternoon. 2 men on, nobody out, back to the top of the order for Air Force. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It is going to be Matt Thompson for the Falcons. He bats for Easley. So Easley, who had a nice day, went 2 for 4, scored a run, stole a base. He will sit the rest of this one. Thompson, a right-handed batter. Smith delivers a first pitch strike on the outside corner. On the year, Thompson has had just 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2. We saw Thompson last night get his second at bat of the season. Here's a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-2. Thompson, I believe, struck out in that at bat last night. In danger here of striking out, down 0-2. Curveball stays up and in. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed batter. 2 men on, nobody out here in the Falcons' 6th inning. Matt Thompson, a freshman out of Missouri City, Texas. The 1-2 from Smith coming. Here it is. And a fastball misses down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So unless, I don't believe Thompson is a transfer, so he's looking for his first collegiate base hit. Smith set, here it comes. The 2-2 is poked foul. A little cue shot toward the first base dugout off the end of the bat. Coven at first, he singled. Altorfer at second, he walked to lead off this inning. Breaking ball stays up high and the count runs full. Fastball just off the outside corner, and it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded now for Gilman. And we'll see how long Eric Mattson sticks with Devin Smith as Triplett appears to be ready in the bullpen. And I think that will do it for Smith. So Triplett will come in. He will inherit a bases-loaded situation. Utah Valley does not have an out. 13-3, Air Force leading here in the top of the 6th. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
The path to true success is achieved through determination.
With the goal!
Determination to grow, to push through, and to finish. Utah Valley student athletes strive for these qualities. UVU student athletes need your support from the community, their peers, and their families to achieve this growth and success in life.
Has an opportunity laid down, and there it is!
A dive into third base.
Support from donors like you makes a significant impact on the lives of more than 370 Wolverine student athletes. The General Athletic Scholarship Fund will help our student athletes be successful in the classroom, on the field, and in life. Please support our student athletes with a personal donation and watch these men and women grow now and in the future.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else. In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life.
If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it.
New pitcher on for Utah Valley. It's Spencer Triplett. He inherits a bases-loaded situation. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. 13-3 Air Force. The left-handed batter, Gilman, will come to the plate. Infield back for Utah Valley. The pitch. Fastball misses way outside, ball 1. Triplett has what he wants. Now comes set. The 1-0 curveball misses just off the outside. Ball 2, 2-0 now. Triplett on the year. This is his 6th appearance. He is 1-0 win-loss, has a 5.62 earned run average. Struck out 9, walked 3. A walk here would mean a run for Air Force. He's got to come in here, 2-0. The pitch, fastball, high and away, not close. Ball 3. So you would think Gilman would be taking all the way here, but who knows? Polson playing in front of the runner at first base. Matson even with the bag at third. The outfield just about straight away all the way around. The 3-0 pitch, Triplett hurls a fastball, and Gilman was not taking all the way. He checks his swing and fouls it off the screen above the third base dugout. That may have been ball 4. That was just above the belt. 3-1 now. No wind on a cool afternoon in Provo. 3-1 pitch. Uh-oh. Not sure where that one missed. Maybe just off the outside. Ball 4, and he walked in a run. And you can see from Triplett's body language, he's not real happy with the home plate umpire, Travis Roberts. He thinks he got squeezed on that one. So Gilman picks up his 3rd RBI of the ballgame. It's 14-3 Air Force. Here is Blatchford. And I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter for Blatchford. This is going to be Noah Guyette. The first pitch to him is a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Guyette, a left-handed batter. We saw him last night. Come in late in the ball game. The 0-1 fastball catches the outside corner. Strike 2. Guyette scored a run last night and walked in his one official at bat. 0-2 here. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 6th. The pitch to him. Fastball just misses below the knees on the inside corner. That's a good-looking 0-2 pitch, but Guyette lays off. Noah Guyette, a freshman out of Vancouver, Washington. The 1-2. Curveball right there, taken for strike 3, and Guyette was absolutely fooled on that one. A big strikeout for Triplett. There's one away in the inning. Here is Blatchford. Still, the bases are loaded. Triplett set. He throws a breaking ball that Blatchford is way out in front of. And I say Blatchford, I beg your pardon. This is Storr. The 0-1. Slider misses down and away. 1-1. Of course, Blatchford was pinch hit for in the last at bat. The 1-1. There's a good-looking curveball in the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Storr, who came in as a pinch hitter last inning, and he struck out. That was facing Devin Smith. This is the first time he has faced Triplett. The 1-2 offering. Slider misses down and away. Did he go around? No, he did not, says Brandon Vandermeed on appeal. That ball was way out of the strike zone. So Spencer Triplett, obviously, those pitches are looking pretty good to these Air Force hitters, but they are not close. 2-2. Polson playing in front of the runner at first on the edge of the infield grass. Now a swing and a miss at a breaking ball inside, a foul tip rather, into the glove of Newman. The second consecutive strikeout for Triplett, and they're 2 away. So Triplett entered this inning with the bases loaded and nobody out. He has struck out the 2 men he has faced, and he's 1 out away from getting out of a big jam. I say he's struck out the 2 men he's faced. He struck out 2 out of the 3 men he's faced. He walked 1. And now he hit a guy. A curveball came in, and bending toward the baseball was Wall. He was evidently trying to get out of the way, or ostensibly trying to get out of the way. And Triplett making his case with the home plate umpire, Travis Roberts, going, hey, he just put his head down right into it. But if you're Wall, that's a tough call to make. You would think he would duck in that situation rather than bow his head towards home plate and take one in the dome, but that's what he did. I think he was trying to get out of the way most likely, but it just looked like he leaned into it. So another run comes in, 15-3 Air Force, and we're going to have another pinch hitter. It is Clay Randall. He swings at the first pitch and chops it foul on the third base line. So Wall, in his second at bat of the day, picks up an RBI as he's hit by that pitch. So Air Force emptying the bench here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 runs in, bases loaded, 2 outs. Clay Randall, that is batting for Garcia. He swings and misses here, and it's 0-1. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out, so Triplett strikes out the side. He gives up 2 runs. They will not be charged to him, though. We go to the last of the 6th inning. It is 15-3, Air Force leading Utah Valley.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you. Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage, to rise, to succeed.
To become.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Last of the 6th inning, 15-3 Air Force. We have a new pitcher for the Falcons. The right-hander, Wolfley, will come in. Mitchell Wolfley, a freshman. Mick Matson to lead things off for the Wolverines. First pitch to him, a fastball, catches the outside corner. Strike 1. Fastball misses away, and it's 1-1. We'll get the numbers on Wolfley shortly. Matson today has had a rough go of it. Fastball misses high and away, and it's 2-1. Back in the second inning, Matson really put a charge into one, going the other way, a high deep fly ball to right field. Fastball misses high and away to him here, 3-1. But Garcia at the time was in right, and he went back and back and back and made a backhand over-the-shoulder type catch on the warning track. It was a sensational grab, robbing Matson of extra bases as he lines one foul down the right field line. It's 3-2. Some defensive changes as well for Air Force. We'll get those to you in just a moment. A swing and a fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. Ward takes over at first base for Air Force. Thompson is in right. He pinch hit in the top half of this inning, as did Randall, who is in left. There's another high fly ball foul down the right field line. Fastball again. Lifted foul down the right field line. Nick battling. Matson, as many of these Wolverines have, has struggled early on at the plate this year, just trying to get it going. He's hit the ball hard a couple times today, but into outs. Ball in the dirt. That's a positive at bat. A walk, a leadoff walk for Matson and the Wolverines. And here is Connor Hall, who came in as a defensive replacement in the top half of this inning. So it's his first at bat of the ball game. Hall on the year is just 9 for 41. That is good for a I beg your pardon. He is 13 for 58. He's batting .224. Does have 3 RBIs. A right-handed batter. The pitch to him, swing and a sharply hit ground ball into left center field. Matson's going to try for third. Up with it in left is Randall. The throw to third is up the third base line. That allows Hall to take second, and the Wolverines have a mini rally going. Second and third, nobody out. A ball hit just to the left of the second base bag into center field, and the defense there, not sure if that was, I think that was Coven who came up with it, but he made a bad decision trying to get Matson at third. That allowed Hall to take second. First pitch misses down low to Newman. Newman 1 for 2. He reached on an infield single back in the 4th inning. Here's a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. This will get a run home. Up with it is Wall. He throws to first for the out. Coming in to score is Matson. So Newman picks up an RBI, and it is 15-4 Air Force. That is Newman's first RBI of the year. We're gonna have a pinch hitter, or I beg your pardon, not a pinch hitter. This will be Meade. Meade is fooling us up in the press box today. He forgot his uniform, so he's wearing a different number. He's usually number 9. He's wearing 44 this afternoon. He came in as a defensive replacement in the top half of this inning, so this is his first at bat of the game. Man at second base, 1 out. He takes a strike. Meade takes a curveball inside a slow curve at 73 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Meade with the long flowing brown hair out the back of the green batting helmet. Waiting. Now he swings and gets jammed with a fastball and pops it up to the second baseman in shallow right center. That is Gambale putting it away. Meade is retired. And they're 2 down. Top of the order now for Utah Valley. It'll be Plakas. He is hitless this afternoon. He did reach on a walk and eventually scored in that 3-run third for the Wolverines. Wolfley comes set. He throws. A fastball is swung on, fouled back to the screen. Kind of a indecisive swing there from Plakas. Just got a piece of it. Wolfley lurking from the stretch with Hall at second base. Curveball misses down near the shoelaces of Plakas, and it's 1-1. Well, Utah Valley may not come back in this one. They're just trying to get something positive going. The 1-1 is lined foul down the right field line. Again, Plakas very late on that fastball after seeing a couple breaking balls in the low 70s. That fastball at 85 and kind of took an emergency hack there. Just got a piece of it. Swing and a miss here, and Plakas did not look good. That was a very late swing. He just didn't look very comfortable during that at bat at all. So the inning is over. Utah Valley does get a run. They leave a man stranded. We go to inning number 7, Air Force 15, Utah Valley 4 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
15-4, Utah Valley trailing as we head to inning number 7, and I will turn it over to my partner, Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan. Christian Gambale will stand in and lead it off here. And the first pitch on its way from Spencer Triplett settles in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Air Force leading this one 15-4 here in the top of the 7th inning. In this 2-game midweek series, that one swung out and missed, and it's quickly 0-2. Spencer Triplett came in, struck out the side in the 6th. Came in at kind of a tough spot with the bases full. Pitch right on the outside corner, misses for a ball, and it's 1-2. Bottom part of the lineup coming up here for the Air Force Falcons as they've had a lot of changes in between the innings there. The pitch on its way. The 1-2 is going to be one hopped over to third. Matson on the backhand plays it. Strong throw to first. Did he pull Cade Polson? He did not, and Polson's on the bag for the first out of the 7th inning. The only question there was going to be whether or not Cade Polson's foot, after the long stretch, the throw kind of took Polson up the line towards right field, and Polson was able to keep that foot on the bag for the first out. That will bring up Braden Altorfer, the catcher. Ready to go. The pitch from Triplett on its way. Bounced right back to Triplett, who fields it. Underhand tosses to first in time, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And that will bring up Blake Coven, who's now shifted from left field over to right field here for Air Force today. Spencer Triplett giving head coach Eric Madsen some good innings out of the pen here this afternoon to try to see what they can do here to save some arms for the weekend series. Fastball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 here on Coven. On deck, it will be Matt Thompson. Back to the top of the lineup. The pitch to Coven misses low, and the count evens up at 1-1 strike. Triplett working pretty quick here in the top of the 7th inning. He's ready to go and comes home. Coven rolls this one to second. Morales up with it. His throw to first is in time, and the Falcons go down 1-2-3 here in the 7th. For the first time today, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 15-4 lead for Air Force. Utah Valley sends up Morales, Polson, and Marco after the break here on GoUVU.com.
About the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking. Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
New pitcher on for the Falcons. It is Nathan Price. Price on the year, this is his 7th appearance. He has a 1-3 win-loss record. An even 3 earned run average. He has struck out 9, walked 7.
Well, if you're Utah Valley, the part of the lineup you want coming up, trying to make a late rally, and Morales makes contact on the first pitch, pops it high up, and a step or two onto the outfield grass as Gambale able to make the play. There's one away here in the 7th. That will bring up Cade Polson. Polson 2 for 3 on the day for the Wolverine first baseman. Has done a nice job this year for the Wolverines in that spot. Kind of played majority of the DH at-bats as the first pitch comes inside for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes here on Cade Polson. 1 away, bottom of the 7th inning, 15-4 lead for Air Force. Ready to go. Price comes home. Polson makes contact and hit that one well. Out to left center field, going back. It's going to go off the wall. Polson around first, digging for second. He'll be up there with a stand-up 1-out double here in the 7th inning for Utah Valley. And that one, if it had been a little bit warmer, might have had a little more carry. Cade Polson might have been touching them all, but instead, just off the wall in left center field, Utah Valley has a 1-out base runner for Alexander Marco. Well, Marco, we're just kind of waiting to see when he'll come out of the slow start. Had a nice RBI double earlier in the ballgame. In fact, that's his only official at-bat of the ballgame. Ready to go here with the pitch on its way. Marco takes the curveball low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Alexander Marco. Jeff Aarons, the designated hitter in the on-deck circle. Ready to go here with the 1-0 pitch as comes inside and tight. Marco kind of backing out of the box there a little bit for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Price ready to come home. That one over just above the knees. This time a called strike, and it moves the count to 2-1. Still in Alexander Marco's favor right now, as it's a good fastball count for Alexander Marco. Price ready to go. The pitch on its way. Marco grounds this one deep in the hole at short. Bobbled by the shortstop Wall. His long throw to get Marco not going to be in time. And Alexander Marco reaches, and Utah Valley has runners on the corners now with 1 out. That was a tough play there for Wall. It was deep in the hole, and just that quick bobble there potentially cost him the out. But I would imagine that's going to go down as a base hit, but we'll wait and see here how they officially score that as Jeff Aarons comes to the plate. They're going to give a base hit for Alexander Marco, so a 2-hit game for Marco as Aaron swings the first pitch, lifts this one into right center field. Thompson comes, or sorry, not Thompson, that's a new center fielder coming in to score is going to be Cade Polson from third base. right there. And that's going to... Coven there was the one who made the catch. Nonetheless, the Wolverines will get the run across here in the 7th inning. And that's going to bring to the plate now Mick Madsen. First pitch, high and outside to Mick Madsen for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Just kind of seems like right now Mick Madsen can't really buy a base hit. He's hitting the ball hard. Just been hitting it right at people here this weekend. And there's a one going to the right side, fielded cleanly. The kind of the spinning throw from Gambale is in time to get Madsen, and the 7th comes to an end. Utah Valley, though, does get a couple of hits and gets a run back. We head to the 8th, a 15-5 lead for Air Force here on GoUVU.com. New pitcher on for Utah Valley, left-hander Blake Zeleny will come in. Zeleny making his 4th appearance. No record this year. He's only thrown a 3 1/3 innings for the Wolverines. 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, as it will be Matt Thompson to lead it off here in the 8th. And with the play-by-play, my partner in the booth, Jordan Bianucci.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Fastball misses up high from the lefty to Thompson, ball 1. Now on deck, this is the new mystery. The on-deck man, I believe, is Ward. Here's a swing and a foul back, and it's 1-1. It's almost like a spring training game right now. There's so many changes happening. It is Ward on deck. Ward came in as a defensive replacement at some point. Zeleny, the lefty, winds and fires. The 1-1 on the outside corner called for a strike. A generous call from Travis Roberts. That one looked to be a little low, but Newman did a nice job making it look good. The 1-2. And Zeleny drops down sidearm there and misses low and away with a breaking ball. So he's coming with a couple different arm slots. Well, Utah Valley will, unless something miraculous happens, try to forget this series quickly. They have a day off tomorrow, then the home opener on Friday night against Boise State on the new turf. 2-2 swung on, fouled back to the screen. That's why we're at Miller Park today. The new synthetic field turf being installed at UCCU Ballpark is not yet finished. I was taking a look yesterday. 2-2 swung on and missed. Strikeout for Zeleny. Thompson is gone, and here is Ward. The turf, it looked pretty good. Looked to be about done. Hopefully it is. Only time will tell. Some new features on the field. A new bullpen area. Still on the field, but it's enclosed. Kind of like it is here at Miller Park. a little different, though, as the bullpen is still closer to the field of play at UCCU in comparison to here at Miller. A couple quick strikes taken by Ward. Believe this is Ward's first at bat. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. 1-2. Ward on the year is 0 for 6. Zeleny drops down, sidearm again, misses outside, 2-2 the count. Two, fastball misses outside again. And it's 3-2. Bases empty, 1 out, 15-5. Air Force leading. Friday, the weather looks clear but cool as Ward takes a ball low and away, and Zeleny issues a 1-out walk. Here is Guyette. Guyette pinch hit in the 6th inning. He struck out looking. So triplet with a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. I say triplet, I beg your pardon. Zeleny. However, lefties are 4 for 8 against Zeleny this season as Guyette fouls one back, an off-speed pitch at 66 miles per hour. Just a floating changeup there from Zeleny. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Now Zeleny checks on Ward. He is back in diving. We've mentioned it a lot, but Air Force loves to run. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and topped foul on the first base side, and it's 0-2. Ward has not attempted to steal a base this season. Zeleny set, the lefty throws. 0-2 pitch, a fastball right on the outside corner. Perfectly placed. And Guyette is down looking. Second strikeout for Zeleny, 2 away. So here is Storr, who pinch hit back in the 5th. He has struck out twice. He takes a fastball inside, ball 1. This is the only game. Let's see. Oh, I beg your pardon. There are a few games being played today in the WAC. One final, as this one's popped up into center. Plakus back. He's under it. He makes the grab, and the inning is over. So what we call that a tease in the business. We'll come back with those out-of-town score after this. The top of the 8th is over. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 15-5 Air Force on the Wolverine Sports Network.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
On the track, on the court, in the pool.
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
The officials,
The fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines.
because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Provo. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Air Force Falcons here. We knew it was going to be one of those days where we'd see a lot of different arms right here. New pitcher is going to be number 14, Ben Hauser. Hauser, no record this year, has making his 8th appearance. He's gone 7 2/3, only allowed 1 hit all year long. 5 runs, which have been all earned. 7 walks, 8 strikeouts. So he hasn't allowed a lot of hits. However, the walks have been probably the worst thing that's hurt him so far. He'll get Connor Hall to stand in and lead it off here for the Wolverines in the bottom of the 8th.
Hall came in as a defensive replacement back in the 6th inning for Jake Berry, and he singled in his only at-bat back in the 6th. See what he can do here, facing Hauser. The right-hander working from the stretch. Fastball at 89 miles an hour right there on the outside corner, taken for strike 1. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Louisville beat Chicago State 13-3. The 1 strike pitch to Hall. He checks his swing on a fastball up in the zone, and it's 1-1. Nebraska is leading Northern Colorado 6-0 in Lincoln. That game in the last of the 3rd inning. Fastball misses up and in to Hall, 2-1. Grand Canyon and Arkansas, they are scheduled to play in about 20 minutes. They should get underway in Arkansas. Ooh, fastball comes in and hit Hall in the back. 87 miles an hour. The Wolverines have a base runner, the 2nd time Hall has reached base in as many plate appearances. That'll bring up Newman. Newman is 1 for 3. He picked up an RBI back in the 6th inning. He grounded out to short with a man at 3rd base and less than 2 outs. Texas A&M Corpus Christi and UT Rio Grande Valley will play tonight, as will California Baptist and San Diego. That game down south in California. A ball misses here to Newman, 1-0. There's a fastball missing low, and it's 2-0. Last night, Grand Canyon lost to Arkansas 6-1. It was not a great night for the WAC last night. San Francisco beat Sac State 12-4. Louisville clobbered Chicago State. Nebraska beat Northern Colorado 1-0. So the midweek matchups not going great. This weekend, at least, for the WAC. This weekend, some interesting series. Ball misses high and away. It's 3-0 now to Newman with a man at first and nobody out. 15-5, Air Force. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Sac State will head to Reno, take on Nevada this Friday. Curveball up and in, not close. So a hit by pitch and now a walk issued by Hauser. And here comes Meade with 2 men on and nobody out. Well, there is a right-hander getting up in the Falcons bullpen. Also this weekend, some interesting series. Grand Canyon will take on Baylor down in Waco. New Mexico State, they'll play somebody. San Diego State. UC Riverside and CSU Bakersfield. Hauser comes set. Meade waiting. And he takes a strike. Meade, in his first plate appearance back in the 6th, popped up to second base. It's a good opportunity for Meade to see something good to hit with 2 men on. Try to earn some more playing time. The 1 strike offering is grounded weakly towards second base. Charging is Gambley. He has it. His only play is to second. The runners advance to second and third, so a quote-unquote productive out. Of course, being down 15-5, you're not looking to move runners over. But Meade does so, and that turns the lineup over. Here is Plakas. One out, Hall at third, Newman at second. Plakas looked very uncomfortable in his last at-bat. He struck out. Takes a fastball down low around the ankles, ball 1. Also this weekend, it'll be San Jose State in Northern Colorado. Chicago State, they will fly out to Hawaii for a weekend series. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Merrimack will visit Seattle. I assume those games are still on. Seattle, the Mariners have announced that with opening day a little less than 3 weeks away. Here's a looping liner into right center field. That's going to fall, and it's misplayed by Coven. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Heading for third is Plakas. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. A triple for Plakas, aided by a circuitous route taken by Coven in center field. And it is 15-7. So a couple RBIs for Plakas. You'd like to see his bat get going if you're a Wolverine fan. That was odd. Coven just did not read that well. Off the bat, he charged instead of taking a diagonal route toward the wall, and the ball shot right past him on that quick field turf. Here is Morales, who takes a ball. We've said it a million times, but it's relevant because Utah Valley is putting in this same synthetic turf. The ball just bounces like crazy on this stuff. Here's a high fly ball into left field. Chasing is Randall on the track. It is fair. It bounces just to the right of the foul line. 1 run will come into score. Into second with a double is Morales. The left fielder, Randall, was pulled way over towards center field, thinking Morales would go the other way, and instead he just popped one up down the line, and it fell fair. So a break for the Wolverines, and that's going to do it for Hauser. He records 1 out, but that's it. A change will be made, a right-hander coming in. We'll take a break. The Wolverines with some base hits and some runs here in the 8th inning. It's 15-8 Air Force in the 8th. We'll be back after this.
The path to true success is achieved through determination.
With the goal!
Determination to grow, to push through, and to finish. Utah Valley student athletes strive for these qualities. UVU student athletes need your support from the community, their peers, and their families to achieve this growth and success in life.
Has an opportunity laid down, and there it is!
A dive into third base.
Support from donors like you makes a significant impact on the lives of more than 370 Wolverine student athletes. The General Athletic Scholarship Fund will help our student athletes be successful in the classroom, on the field, and in life. Please support our student athletes with a personal donation and watch these men and women grow now and in the future.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
New pitcher on for the Air Force Falcons. It will be Connor Bright. Bright making his 2nd appearance of the year. He's only thrown 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit. So not a large sample size for the Falcons right-hander.
First pitch fastball is taken for a strike at the knees. Polson, the right-handed batter up there. Well, the Wolverines have managed to link a couple base hits together. What's the word I'm looking for there? The 0-1 pitch, Polson takes down in the turf a breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Polson doubled in the 7th inning. He's been really the Wolverines' player of the game. He's 3 for 4 today with 2 runs scored. 15-8, Utah Valley trailing in the 8th inning. A man at second, 1 out. Bright, the right-hander, working from the stretch. Comes set, checks on the runner at second. Fastball way inside, down low, 2-1 the count. Bright, 5 feet, 11 inches tall, 180-pound sophomore out of Snow Hill, North Carolina. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball inside, down and in, 3-1. We mentioned that Seattle's hosting Merrimack this weekend. We assume that those games will be played because the Mariners have announced that they will not be playing their home games, at least at the beginning of this season, in Seattle due to the coronavirus. The 3-1 pitch inside. He walked him. That's a good at-bat from Polson. The Wolverines need base runners. Now 2 men on, 1 man out for Marco.
The restriction is on large groups and large gatherings, and so Seattle will not play their opening series, the Seattle Mariners, I should say, not to confuse them with the Seattle University Redhawks, but the Seattle Mariners will not play their first 2 home series at home because they've done that ban on large groups for right now until the end of the month up there in Seattle. So
Marco swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the right. So I imagine, obviously, the Redhawks are getting maybe a couple hundred people out to those games, depending, 200 to 1,000, whatever it may be. Not a huge gathering. Bright throws. It's in the dirt, and it skips away from Altorfer. He can't find it. Heading to third is Morales. Heading to second is Polson. And now the double play is no longer in order. 2 men are in scoring position. That ball bounced out in front of Altorfer, and he couldn't find it for a while. It was over near the Wolverines on deck circle on the first base side. So that's a big, wild pitch. Utah Valley, of course, still down 7 runs, but in this college game, anything can happen. It gets weird quickly. There's a strike on the inside corner. Marco did not like the call. It is 1-2. Bright trying to put down the Wolverines here in the 8th. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Down in the turf, 2-2. It gets weird because for AFA, this is their 8th pitcher of the ball game. So you're really delving deep. There is a ball just below the knees, a gutsy take by Marco, and the count runs full. So if the Wolverines can rally, you end up facing guys that may have not had a lot of appearances. Or if it gets close, what ultimately will happen is Air Force will have to use their best arms in the pen. There's a ball, low. He walked him as Bright snaps his glove back at the throw back to him. He's angry, and the bases are loaded now for Aaron's.
We're going to have a visit out to the mound here from the head coach from Air Force. I don't know. We may have another pitching change here, Jordan. And this kind of lets you know Air Force doesn't want this one to get really much closer than it is, because generally in a midweek game like this with a 7-run lead, you might not go to the bullpen immediately, and who knows, Air Force might not. Haven't seen them make a sign. Yep, now they will go to the pen for sure. So this kind of lets you know that Air Force wants to make sure they leave Provo here with a 2-game sweep, and they don't want Utah Valley having a chance to try to pull off a big rally here in the late innings.
Indeed. Kozlowski makes the move, bringing in a new pitcher. I can't tell if it's a right-hander or a left-hander. We'll take a quick break. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th. The Wolverines trailing 15-8 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Well, Jordan mentioned it a minute ago that sometimes you'll see some of the stronger arms coming in, and Air Force might be making that move right now with Josh Leeser coming in the game. Leeser's 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA, making his 7th appearance. He's gone 12 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 12 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 6 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So a big spot right here, Jordan, for the Air Force Falcons. Bases loaded with 1 out. A ball in the gap here could bring this game down pretty quick, Jordan, to make it a 4 or 5 run deficit. And you got Jeff Ahrens at the plate, who's been swinging a pretty good bat lately. So we'll have to take a look and see here how Utah Valley and how Air Force, I guess, especially a lot of the pressure right now, all on the Falcons.
It is indeed all on the Falcons. And so if you're Utah Valley, you just want to keep putting the ball in play and keep taking what the Falcons give you. So here's Ahrens. Right-handed batter, the DH today. Bases loaded, 1 out. Fastball swung on and missed, and that is a high 91-mile-an-hour fastball above the belt. Not a whole lot you can do with that if you're Jeff Ahrens. Leeser peering in, all business. He kicks and fires, and a swing and a little blue liner into left center field. That's going to get down. 1 run will come in to score. Here comes Polson. He will score. At third, holding is Marco. Into second with a 2 RBI double is Jeff Ahrens, and it is 15-10 Air Force. I said a little blue, but that was hit better than I thought. More like a looping liner into left center.
And this is one of the times we've, Jordan, you and I don't think have mentioned this on the air, but Air Force has been really playing Utah Valley to hit the ball the other way, and that's, I think, the first time in the series where we've really seen that outfield shift really hurt Air Force. And again, with Mick Madsen at the plate now, 90% of left field is left wide open. So if Madsen was to pull one, which hasn't really been in his game while he's been here at Utah Valley,
he swings and hits a ground ball up the middle, base hit! 1 run's going to come in to score. Ahrens is digging around third. He will score, and it's a 3-run ball game. The Utah Valley Wolverines are right back in it. Unbelievable.
And, Jordan, the thing that kind of hurts right now, if you're Air Force, have to remember, you removed some of your starters earlier in the game. You took out Easley. You took out Gilman. You took out Blatchford. You took your top 3 hitters out of the ball game. The guys hitting 1 through 3 because you had this nice, comfortable lead. Well, now that could come back to cost Air Force.
So here is Hall. He takes a strike. Fouls one back, I beg your pardon. 0-1. So that has to feel so good for Mick Madsen. You've hit the ball hard today, but into outs, hit into a double play, and you come through when your club needed it. There's a fastball on the inside corner, knee high, and it's quickly 0-2 to Hall. Hall began this inning. He was hit by a pitch. So the Wolverines have batted around. Fastball fouled, slashed at by Hall, and hit foul over top the first base dugout, an emergency swing. And Hall just got a piece. Leeser trying to put him away. A swing and a miss. He does so. A breaking ball down in the zone, and they're 2 away. A big strikeout for Leeser. So with 2 away, here is Newman. Newman walked and scored a run earlier this inning. He takes a ball in the dirt. 1-0 to him. They had that fastball clocked at 95 miles an hour. Ward holding on the runner at first. There's a swing and a pop foul high and off to the right. And it's 1-1. A double, a triple, a double, a single, a walk, a hit batter. Pretty much everything in this inning for the Wolverines. The 1-1. Check swing, you win around, says home plate umpire Travis Roberts, and it's 1-2. That's a nasty breaking ball from Leeser. And Newman could not hold up. A man at first, 2 outs. 15-12, Air Force. We're in the midst of a 7-run Wolverine inning. There's a swing and a pop-up. Foul territory, first base side. Playable for Ward. He has it, and the inning is over. However, Utah Valley gets back in this ball game. They score 7 runs, and Air Force leads by a score of 15-12 as we head to the 9th on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Top of the 9th, 15-12, Air Force leading. Blake Zeleny back out on the mound for Utah Valley. He will face Wall, Randall, and Gambale. 5, 6, and 7 for the Falcons. So Zeleny trying to keep this a 3-run lead to give the Wolverines a chance in the bottom half of this inning. First pitch fastball misses away. 1-0. 15 runs on 15 hits for Air Force, 12 runs on 12 hits for Utah Valley. A swing and a topper foul off the screen of the third base dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Wall was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded back in the 6th inning. He's also doubled. He has 2 RBIs today. From the windup, the lefty fires. Swing and a miss, and Wall chased an off-speed pitch that was low and away. That was a good-looking pitch from Zeleny. 1-2. Blake ready to go. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He chased a fastball off the outside. Boy, Zeleny has looked really sharp. He's retired 4 of the 5 batters he has faced after coming in to begin the 8th inning. His third strikeout. Off speed, misses outside. Ball 1 to Randall. Randall's had 1 at bat. He pinch hit for Garcia back in the 6th inning, and he struck out. A swing and a cue shot foul on the first base side. 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting left fielder. And there's a changeup right there on the outside corner. A perfectly placed pitch by Zeleny. 1-2. He's working very quickly. Here it comes. Fastball called strike 3. On the outside corner, maybe a little below the knees. As the innings have come and gone, Travis Roberts has extended that zone a little bit on the outer edge, and Zeleny gets the call, his 4th strikeout. 2 away. Here is Gambale. A swing and a high drive into left field. Going back, off the top of the wall. Hall plays the carom. He'll throw into the cutoff man, into second base with a double is Gambale, and he just missed a home run. Not sure what Zeleny threw, but he left it up in the zone, and Gambale did not miss it. So with 2 outs, there will be a runner at second base for Altorfer.
There's that extension on that left field wall, Jordan, and had that extension not been there, I think that might have been gone. That's the one spot where it's not a really big, maybe 3 foot kind of extension out there, and that 3 feet there was the difference between a double and a home run.
Yeah, he hit it just to the left of the 380-foot marker. First pitch is swung on and missed by Altorfer. We'll see if that comes back, if that becomes significant. In the last of the ninth, it'll be Meade, Plakas, and Morales for Utah Valley. You got to remember also, Eric Matson, should the situation arise, he has Payson Hayes on the bench. He could use him as a pinch hitter. Zeleny from the stretch, checks the runner at second, now comes home. Off speed, a changeup misses low and away, and it's 1-1. The center fielder, Plakas, playing just a shade toward right center. Everybody else pretty much straight away for the Wolverines. 15-12, Air Force leading in the ninth. Zeleny throws. A swing and a line drive, base hit up the middle. Coming around third and scoring is Gambale. And now it is 16-12, and that is a huge run for Air Force.
Yeah, you really take a look at it. 3 runs is hard enough to come back, but you start getting into that 4 range. That's usually when you'll see a couple of pitching changes and things like that. It just makes you have to go a little bit further and deeper into your lineup through the inning. It just allows for a little bit more potential for a double play or something weird like that.
Coven takes a strike, and it stings a little more because it has all come with 2 outs. The bases were empty, and a double and a single, and the Falcons answer here in the ninth. A swing and a pop-up, slicing foul down the left field line, giving chase is Hall, but it will land out of play. (0-2) to Coven. He has a base hit on the afternoon. 1 for 4. He's also been hit by a pitch and reached on an error. The Wolverines have 5 errors this afternoon, and they have been costly, as you can imagine. Zeleny, a lefty-on-lefty matchup. The 0-2, a swing and a fly ball foul down the left field line. This game just over 3 hours old. The Wolverines have been trailing by double digits most of this game, and that is until they put a 7 spot up in the bottom of the 8th and cut the lead to 3. However, Air Force has answered with a run of their own here in the top of the 9th, and they lead 16-12. Zeleny throws. Off-speed pitch misses down and in, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Coven, who steps out, takes a deep breath. Coven with a slightly open stance from the left side, batting .240 on the year. Polson holding on the runner at first. Fastball lined into left center field, base hit. That's going to roll for a while, cut off and bobbled by Hall. Now they're going to send the runner from third. The throw airmails the cutoff man. Coming in to score is Altorfer. It's 17-12 Air Force. Well, that's quintessential Utah Valley defense this afternoon. Just some mistakes. Hall bobbles it in left field. That allows the run to come home, and then he exacerbates the problem by overthrowing the cutoff man. And Eric Matson's going to go get Zeleny. We're going to have a pitching change. So we'll take a break on GoUVU.com. 17-12, Air Force leading the Wolverines.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy, and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
New pitcher on for Utah Valley. Right-hander Pedro Perdomo will come in. And a big spot, Utah Valley looking to get out of the inning right here, as Perdomo making a 6th appearance, no record with a 1.23 ERA. He has 1 save on the year. He's gone 7 1/3 innings for this Utah Valley team.
He faces Thompson, a right-handed batter, with a man at second. The pitch swung on and missed. Started him off with the changeup. Thompson way out in front, and it's 0-1. Well, the struggles continue defensively for Utah Valley. An error charged to Hall on that previous play. So the Wolverines have a grand total of 6 errors this afternoon. It's not good. So 1-1 the count as the ball misses down low. Our producer Ben has just sent me a picture, Ryan, of the turf field being installed at UCCU Ballpark, and it looks sharp. The 1-1 pitch. Slider misses down and away. Did he go around? No, says Robert Vandermeed on appeal. 2-1. So that's the silver lining. The Wolverines have committed 6 errors on this field, but a few miles west of us, there's one good-looking field waiting, and Utah Valley, they're not going to commit errors over there, not on that thing. It's too nice. Ball misses down low, 3-1. Again, the Wolverines' home opener will be this Friday night at 6 p.m. against Boise State, another Mountain West foe. Plenty of good seats available. Come out to the ballpark. We'll have it for you here on GoUVU.com. Ball misses down low, and Perdomo walks the first man he faces. Runners now at first and second for Ward.
I think you'll really see the benefits of that turf field when you get games, like a few of the games we've had before where it's maybe rained for an hour or so, where you really could just stop the game, let the rain die down and play. And we might see a little bit of maybe that on Saturday with some rain showers, but other than that, I think that's one of the biggest effects you're going to see, maybe most beneficial to having that turf field.
Ward swings and drives one down the right field line. Deep but foul onto the road, out of the ballpark. He walked in his first plate appearance back in the 8th inning. He came in as a defensive replacement in this game. And I think you're right, Ryan, that field will be very, very beneficial with getting games that normally you won't. And you have the added bonus, it's going to play consistently. Not so many bad hops as we've seen before. Perdomo, the right-hander, comes set. Ward, the right-handed batter, waiting. The 1 strike offering. Fastball misses down low. Snap throw down to first is high. Polson keeps it from going down the right field line as Thompson dives back in safely. 2 men on, 2 men out. This rally, 2 runs, all coming with 2 outs for Air Force. They lead 17-12. The 1-1 down in the turf, blocked by Newman. I'll tell you this, Newman has done a very nice job defensively behind the plate this afternoon. Getting the start for Drew Sims. And Trey Newman, the freshman, has really been solid behind the dish. And there's been pressure on him as this Air Force team steals a lot of bases. The 2-1 pitch comes inside, and it almost hit him. But instead, Ward went around. He tried to check his swing, and now he's telling home plate umpire Travis Roberts, it's a strike. Are you kidding me? It is indeed, says Roberts. And the count is even at 2-2. Perdomo set. Here's the pitch. A swing and a high pop-up. Shallow right field. Morales going back. Coming in is Marco. It'll be Morales to make the grab, and the inning is over. But Air Force adds 2 more runs on 3 hits. They leave a couple stranded. Last chance for Utah Valley in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Meade, Plakas, and Morales 9-1 and 2 due up. It is Air Force 17, Utah Valley 12.
Moments that will never be forgotten. March was made for this. The 2020 WAC Basketball Tournament at the Orleans Arena in WAC Vegas. March 11th through the 14th. Be a part of the madness and witness the triumph. Ticket information, go to wacsports.com.
I have been inspired by strong female athletes, female coaches, women in power. They just really taught me how to be a leader and inspired me to take on leadership roles. It's important to inspire the next generation because it's important to give kids someone to look up to. You know, it's important to have these mentors. I would say to someone who wants to play sports at the D1 level, you've got to be good in the community, good in the classroom, and to show people that sports do not define you.
Well, they go to the bottom of the 9th inning here in Provo. The WAC basketball tournament's getting ready to start. The women's tournament, I think the first games are actually going right now on the ESPN Plus. You can catch the WAC tournament. The UVU women will play tonight 7 o'clock against Seattle University down there in Las Vegas. The men will play tomorrow night, a 9:30 tip-off here against Seattle.
Leeser delivers a first pitch ball down low and away, and it's 1-0. Meade leading things off for the Wolverines. They trail 17-12 in the 9th. A swing and a foul high and off to the right, and it is 1-1. That was a fastball in on the hands of Meade that he couldn't get around on. Meade entered this ballgame as a defensive replacement for Broussard back in the 6th inning. He has popped up and grounded out to short. Curveball catches the inside corner there. That's a good-looking pitch from Leeser. And the count is 1-2. The Falcons looking to sweep this 2-game series. The 1-2 to Meade. Curveball got him looking. Meade totally fooled on that one, and there's one away. Friday night, the Wolverines
Yeah, most likely I would guess Jesse Schmidt going Friday night for Utah Valley. We don't know too much yet about Boise State, but Broncos.
As Plakas takes a ball up high.
Broncos off to a new start. They're going to be a well-coached team. Gary Van Tall, longtime minor league coach in the Chicago Cubs organization. A lot of good ties to Treasure Valley there in the Boise area. And I guess, real Eastern Oregon. So it's going to be interesting to see what he puts together throughout the year.
Plakas takes a strike. Now he swings and misses at a fastball at 91 miles an hour, and it's 1-2. Plakas tripled in 2 runs back in the 8th. He really got that rally going for Utah Valley, in which they scored 7 runs. But Air Force came back with 2 of their own in the top of the 9th to make it a 5-run ball game. Plakas on the year is 3 for 16. He swings and misses here. His second strikeout of the afternoon, and the Wolverines are down to their final out.
And Utah Valley's going to have a pinch hitter, Dalton Hill. Number 14 is going to pinch hit here for the Wolverines.
So Hill, a right-handed batter, will enter. The first pitch to him is a fastball just off the outside, ball 1. Hill on the year has had 8 at-bats. He's 4 for 8. The 1-0 gets by the catcher low. 2-0 to Hill. Leeser comes home. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Dalton Hill, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 240 pounds. Redshirt freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen, and the Wolverines are down to their final strike. Don't forget, fans, to stick around after the ball game for our Wolverine Green post-game show. We will go over the final totals, pick a couple players, and then preview briefly the matchup with Boise State coming this weekend in Orem. The 2-2. Hill swings and misses, and the ball game is over. So Air Force beats Utah Valley 17-12. They sweep this 2-game series, and the Wolverines will try to get back to their winning ways this weekend at home. Well, we'll take a break on GoUVU.com. Once again, the final, Air Force 17, Utah Valley 12. We'll be back with the final totals after this.
If we can see things for what they are. If we can see what they could be. If the plastic we use, we never throw away. If the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Experienced? Check. Accurate? Check. The team more Utahns trust to stay safe from winter weather surprises? Check, 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 and check. Know before you go. Check with the KSL 5 weather specialists.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Welcome back to Miller Park in Provo. Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. Utah Valley falls to Air Force by a final of 17-12. Welcome into the Wolverine Green post-game show. Take a look at the final totals. 17 runs on 18 hits. No errors for Air Force. Utah Valley with 12 runs on 12 hits. They committed 6 errors in the ballgame. The winning pitcher was Burns. He improves to 2-1. Yoakum gets the loss. He falls to 0-1. Utah Valley falls to 5-14. Air Force improves to 7-12. And Ryan, the Wolverines just dug themselves too big a hole this afternoon.
You know, most games, Jordan, if you were to kind of close the box score and just say Utah Valley scores 12 runs, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to say, great, that's going to equal a Utah Valley win. But, on a day like today where you really summed it up well, you get down 12-0 heading to the bottom of the third inning. And we talked about it. 12 was a big deficit to pull yourself out of. And Utah Valley pulled them out of the 12-run deficit. But those late runs really at the end of the game. And one thing you have to think about if you're Air Force, that was with Air Force removing three of their big bats out of the lineup, which didn't really affect them offensively too much because they added those 2 runs late, but at the same time you would have liked to have had those bats, I'm sure, still in the lineup. But if you're Utah Valley, again, the early deficit really hurt you.
It did. You fall down 12-0, you're just not going to win a lot of obviously not going to win a lot of those games. The Wolverines, it's tough today. The bats came alive late against some arms that haven't seen a ton of action this year for Air Force. But the Wolverines can take that positive and take that into Friday night at Boise. It's your turn. Let's take some players. I think your turn to go.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Spencer Triplett out of the bullpen. Comes in a big situation. Air Force had already gotten that 12-run lead. You really needed somebody to come in and really just kind of silence the bats. Spencer Triplett goes 2 innings, does not allow a hit. Did walk 1, but had the big 3 strikeouts in a tough spot to come in out of the bullpen. Spencer Triplett is who I'm going to pick today.
And he is one of those lefties that the Wolverines really have been able to rely on this season. Or excuse me, he's one of the righties. I was looking at Blake Zeleni's line. He gave up some runs. It's one of the issues with Utah Valley has been these guys out of the bullpen throw a good first inning. It's the second inning that it starts to unravel a bit. That's been part of the story, at least, this season. Well, I am going to take Trey Newman. He got the start for Drew Sims, and he had a really nice, I think, game behind home plate. He went 1 for 4 at the plate, picked up an RBI. I really liked how he looked defensively, calling a good game behind the dish. And I'm taking the freshman, Trey Newman.
And when you really take a look at it, Trey Newman got put in some tough positions to make sure to try to keep balls in front of him and things like that. And he did a pretty good job for the most part with how Air Force runs, too. You could go back to the error on the throw from catcher down to second base, but really, that was kind of a tough one because it really wasn't on Trey Newman. So it's those kind of things when you really take a look at it. That's a great thing to have, though, if you're Eric Madsen, where you have a catcher that can come in. And we talked about last night, you don't need a catcher that's going to, hit 350 or anything like that. You'd love it if you had. But you need a good, solid defensive catcher back there, and Trey Newman did a good job.
He did. The time of the ball game was 3 hours and 22 minutes. The attendance, 338. Now, we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Our next broadcast will be on Friday night. First pitch at 6 p.m. from UCCU Ballpark, the home opener, as Utah Valley will take on Boise State in the first game of a 4-game series. And we believe Jesse Schmidt will be on the mound for the Wolverines, and he has pitched terrific this season for Utah Valley. It should be a great series. Tune in on Go UVU or come out to the ballpark. For Ryan Pickens, I am Jordan Bianucci, though, saying good afternoon and so long from Miller Park in Provo. Utah Valley drops this one to Air Force by a final of 17-12.